Welcome back to Resistance to the Threshold, session number 18, Into the Cold and Dark. Last session, the group decided to climb a mountain, and they've been working at that. One would argue successfully slash unsuccessfully. We're kind of in between deciding which is true. And we're going to move into the next portion of it. So we're going into the third round. The second round of the skill challenge was a complete and utter and horrible failure. A near failure, not like absolutely botched. But we still understand the rules for the skill challenge, correct? Everybody? Okay.
Yeah,
So
good enough.
starting with whomever you'd like, what skill would you like to propose?
I would like to do perception
Go ahead and make a perception roll.
once it loads.
Sure.
So you can make the same roll 2 times in a row.
Skill challenge wise? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm just going to do either athletics or acrobatics all the way.
Yeah, I'll do athletics when it's time.
It's my perception ain't helping us.
Okay, so again, seeing that there are clear footholds and methods to kind of move up and about, you understand after some instruction from Evangeline that you kind of have an idea of how to move. And I would say that these footholds appear to be less than natural. What I mean to say is it looks like they were made by something. It doesn't look like they were formulated through wind and weather. It looks like they were formulated by something kind of moving the stone, strangely.
Like not like a tool,
Right.
but like some other form. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like something with an immense amount of strength was able to kind of move itself up the mountain. That said, immediately after Okran, you continue up the mountain as already been prescribed. And then anybody else?
Can I roll survival to determine like which footholds and handholds will result in me not falling to my death?
Well, falling to your death is it's a hard matter because the climber's kits allow you to kind of secure yourself.
Right.
You're only going to ever fall about 25 feet.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand.
How many? Oh, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
So you're mainly focusing on utilizing the survival for these kind of patterns that have been kind of designed here and seeing if knowledge about them can kind of help you up. Is that right?
So the patterns of okay, so these patterns are purposefully put in?
Possibly not purposefully, but not
Okay.
naturally. What I mean is that it looks like it was done by it's like looking at footprints, but
Okay.
on a cliff face.
Okay. I'm just trying to see
Okay.
where the next foothold is going to be.
Go ahead and make a survival roll. All right.
21.
Good roll.
So with the perception that's already been gleaned, and the survival roll basically in this stage of it equating to the same result, anyone who makes an athletics check past this point will not only have an advantage on the roll, but a +2 bonus as well.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we have Mikhail and we have Casey. I'm gonna go ahead and just because I'm null resulting, I'm gonna go ahead and make an athletics check with Casey. Okay,
Oof, that's
so
rough.
+2
Ooh.
is not going to do it. Because of the hardness of the skill challenge at current, the DC is 15. So, Mikhail, knowing that a success on athletics is the only confirmed way of getting a success that equates to it, how would you like to proceed?
Well, I guess I will use an athletics check because it's hard to pass up a bonus like that. But I do have a question.
Mhm.
If I were to do something like if I were to go out of order next time, like I went now and then I go first thing, if I did something, would it possibly give the other players a bonus?
Yeah, it could potentially, like if you were to go first and use something like perception or something to that effect. But yeah, whether or not this is the last round of the skill challenge is really determinant on what you roll.
Aha. Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm going to roll athletics. I have horrible athletics, so not bad though. Especially if you had two
Not-
to it.
Not bad at all.
15.
So at this point, as you're climbing, you get to a pretty high elevation. We're talking somewhere in the thousands of feet up in the air. You come to a point where you realize that you can continue. You have a pretty solid means of doing so. However, you have a choice. It does look like the weird claw marks or hand marks or strange marks in the stone that you've kind of used to better your movement upwards don't go straight up towards what you would expect to be where Ermarag is. They kind of go sideways off to what looks like a cleft and then a cave. You can follow those, or you can continue upwards, which will mean another round of the skill challenge.
So the dragon did say that there was an additional entryway through some sort of crevice.
This doesn't look like it's what they're talking about. You can actually, on your way up, you could see signs of the rock kind of being split far off to your right. Your opportunity to move towards that crevasse ended after the second skill challenge's failure. It wasn't even mentioned.
Okay. So do we go up or do we check this thing out?
Is there a reason to check it out?
It does look like you're probably about 100, 200 feet below where you would expect to arise to Ermarag's kind of base level, the plateau that it sits upon. So you could potentially find a means of egress in the cavern, or not. It could just be
Secret tunnel.
it could be secret tunnel. It could be just nothing at all.
It might be safer to get to the tunnel.
If we could get to the tunnel, we could like, I don't know, take a
Right?
quick break, just reassess the climbing situation.
Yeah.
You got
I vote tunnel.
2 for tunnel.
Oop, no.
3 for tunnel.
Okay. Well,
I would vote for tunnel.
the leader said tunnel. As you make your way over, it's a democracy, and it's a democracy until it's not. The pathway over to the tunnel isn't arduous or difficult at all. It's a bit time consuming, but it does give you kind of a strange appreciation of whatever it is that came before you's ability to climb. Seems to have left the bounds of what gravity normally should allow. It seems that it is climbing horizontally towards the tunnel at one point. That said, when you make it to the landing that enters into the mountain proper, the wind kind of buffets you a bit, kind of swelling inside of the cavern space, and the clouds and kind of darkness of the evening kind of give way to a unique view. You're able to see the lights of Gateneath well down beneath you, but you also notice that there are lights outside of Gateneath, right outside of Gateneath.
Cool.
Does the tunnel go like into the mountain?
So when you're looking at it, there is kind of a maybe 30-foot wide kind of just cleft that kind of creates like a balcony. And then inside of that, you'll see that there is a maybe about 8-foot high, maybe about 4-foot wide tunnel that leads into the darkness of the interior. But yeah, looking out from the balcony, you're able to kind of get a good vantage on Gateneath. You can see the lights therein. Again, thousands and thousands of feet away. The lights of Gateneath, and just outside the gate side of Gateneath, you would see that there are lights that appear to be that of a Denisovan army. Doesn't look like anything crazy is happening yet. It doesn't look like it's on fire or the town's being attacked or sieged or anything. Or actually, siege would be exactly what's happening. It looks like they are formulating kind of a means of blockading Gateneath outside. But that's
Well, I guess that this means this really is it.
All right, let's check it out.
okay.
Going in or we going up?
Go in.
Who's taking point? It's about 5 or a little less than 5 foot wide.
Not me.
I'll pull out a. I assume it's dark, so I'll pull out a torch, light it, and I'll lead the way.
I'll follow behind him.
I'll be behind it.
Baby cat.
I'll follow behind the matriarch.
Then I will take up the rear, I guess.
Okay.
Do we have our sneaky person in front?
I need to.
You can if you want me to check for traps, but that's going to
Oh.
take a lot longer. We'd have to go slowly.
I
But
do not have perception. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I have a.
I mean, I think if it's the difference between us like dying in the trap versus not dying in the trap, let's put Mikhail up front.
Yeah.
The matriarch desires it.
Do the whole thing when you're like at a booth in a restaurant and one person has to get up, so y'all gotta
Right.
pull on
Everybody has
out.
to get out. Yeah. Or I could just stick my butt in everybody's face, which is not cool.
Well, as you'll note, as it kind of moves through the very early portion of the space, it actually opens up quite a bit. The ceiling appears to be a bit higher in the area here. And you'll note that the textures in the space are very strange. The ground seems to have a sheen to it, almost like glass or frost. Looking at the walls, similar kind of processes on offer here throughout the entire structure.
Are we
It's-
supposed to be? Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Are we supposed to be blind?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're supposed to be slowly being
Oh.
placed on the
Oh,
map.
sorry about that.
No worries. Sometimes
Oh,
it's
I
hard
have
to
a
talk
boat.
and walk
Nice.
at the same time.
Oh.
But the ground looks like it is covered in ice. It has a slickness to it. It doesn't seem to upset your normal walking movements. But it does seem that if you were to try and move at haste, it might cause issue. It's not the kind of ice that's like immediate, just like goofy. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Bambi bullshit.
It's more or less just like a slickness that might cause problem if you're trying to move fast.
Is it magical ice?
Do you cast a spell to identify it as such, or are you curious if it's not natural?
I don't think I have a spell that will identify it, but
Okay, well,
Is there any-
detect magic would determine if there's magic present.
I
But
don't have that.
it doesn't look like regular ice. It looks like the ice is the stone and the stone is the ice.
So
Looks
we're
fucking-
inside the big thing. I just realized.
Inside the what?
The mountain monster.
Oh, I mean, maybe. It's like a Sarlacc, or
I
what's
don't
that
even
thing?
think
that-
it's like that. It's like if it's just a mountain monster, then it's still just a mountain.
No,
Don't think about it too hard.
Is it though?
Let's just try not to think about that.
Did the game just turn into inner space? I don't know.
Do we just go up I mean, the question is, do we go in the booty hole or in the pee-pee hole?
Neither, obviously. Like,
question.
yeah, you kind of saw where the
The booty.
It's a
hole.
rock monster. We don't know what its organs are like.
rock,
Oh, the library's
I mean,
in the
mountain
booty
monster.
hole.
rock monster. So, as you're kind of in investigating the idea of what orifice this happens to be, you do hear that there is sound kind of migrating through the space. One of the sounds comes off to your right, and it sounds like a kind of a crystalline sound, like crystal being rubbed against crystal. And then to the north, kind of west of you, you hear the sound of kind of a light purring.
She just looks even more disgusting.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like, now.
I would like none of this. I would like none of this at all. Runs out,
No
just jumps.
crystal tinkles, no purring.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Where
Why,
do you
Bob?
want me? Matriarch, should I go up in
The
check
business.
should I check the northwest tunnel? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is where you get to like command us to our deaths. It's great. You just think of all the power. You could be like,
Yeah,
You could-
sounds great.
sounds great. There you go. Somebody has to go die up there. All right, I'm gonna head over there
Um,
slowly against the wall.
As a quick heads up for the group, as you're moving your tokens about, Casey is currently under everyone's control. I will perform actions during combats or whatnot, but I'm probably not going to keep moving him along with you and such. So just if you see Casey lagging behind, just
Yeah.
pop him on the bowler cap. He'll clunk along.
So which
that's
way
what-
we going? Left?
I-
No, wait. There's no center
I-
path. Never mind.
I was gonna go up this way just to search. So if we all go in different
Okay.
directions, that's probably a bad idea.
Let's
But
not
if you
do
let
that.
Okay,
me go up there
let's-
first, and then if I don't die, maybe I could, wave to you like, "Hey." So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go along the wall to try to be careful and quiet, and then pop over there. And oop, I see stairs, right? Up
Yeah.
or down.
They go up a bit. It's not like a massive rise. It's more or less just kind of long, flat, and kind of slightly raised, maybe a couple of inches per step.
Oh, okay. So I would just like motion to him. You know the classic stairs motion. Everybody knows that hand signal for stairs, right?
Sure, why not?
It's
Yeah,
like or something. It's like
I'm-
supposed to be like up.
That's
Which
Yeah, like
makes,
this.
it looks like you're swimming,
this
kind
looks
of.
like
Yeah, it's
waves.
like that.
Like there's water.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. It's bad. I do some sort of symbol. You're not really sure what it means, but that's what it is.
We're all just like,
Like what?
when did he start using hand signals?
so, okay.
All my characters use them, but nobody can understand what the hell they are. That's the problem.
Since this seems to go up, would it be smart for us to look down the other corridor briefly?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm kind of curious about the scratching sound, like the crystal sound.
this way is the way that goes up, and we do want to go up.
Yeah, but we also don't want something coming up behind us.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you're into that.
There's the purring sound too.
The
Yeah.
purring sound is up the stairs, and the crystally sound is to the right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Notes.
All right. So as you make your way around, the sound does seem to be kind of sharp, as you're kind of focusing in on it a bit more, it almost sounds like trying to think of what it might sound like. It sounds like shards of glass kind of being rubbed against each other, kind of sharply. It's almost like a more clinking kind of like nails on chalkboard.
So is it like when you have like one of those grinding wheels and like you drag something across it?
No, because that's more like hard versus something softer. It is definitely more like a glassy kind of sound.
Okay.
It's
Make
grating the
IO.
closer you get to it.
So like crunchy.
Yeah, crunchy, but also kind of like there's like a certain crystal sound to it, if that makes any sense.
Like the resonance.
Yeah, there's a resonance to it. Absolutely.
Okay, Mikhail, can you go take a
Mikhail, yeah.
Yes, I will go. I'll sneak around past Morax, and then kind of go very slowly up to this lip, and then kind of like peek around.
Okay.
I guess the fact that we've got a torch doesn't help our stealth.
No, another thing that you're
No, that's
noticing
true.
too is like the nature of the ground seems to cause it doesn't make it easier to kind of see, but it does seem to have like a
like diffuses
trippy
the light?
effect. Yeah, it causes the ground to be more well lit than anything else.
So it's like when it's snowy outside and like it's just at nighttime, it's a lot brighter.
Yeah. I don't know what is happening with my camera.
Oh no.
Did the cats get to it?
No.
Yeah. You don't know about it, but maybe they did.
But yeah, it does look like as you kind of look around the corner here, it looks like there's kind of an open hall with a path that leads to the left and a path that leads to the right. The path on the left looks like it has kind of pillars of rock ice kind of from the ground up that don't so much split it into two paths, but kind of create a single path with a median in it.
Oh my gosh, how am I gonna do arm motions for that? How about like open hall and then like path splitting and like I do that? I don't know if you guys understand what I mean, but those are more my
Man,
hand
it'd
signals.
be useful if I was stealthy.
I could sneak up there further. I'll go a little bit further.
That would be, because you could just tell us what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
No, you guys love these hand signs. Trust me, you love them.
It's very confusing.
Okay. So I'm
So
gonna go
the
up
light
this
seems
way.
to create two lights, like off to your right, that seem to be kind of just floating in the air. And as you look at them, they appear to be like small humanoid shapes, almost like childlike sized.
Oh no.
I don't mean like child like a baby or a toddler. I mean like, you know, preteen child, like a halfling sized individual. Like maybe 2 to 3 feet tall humanoid floating figure of light.
Floating figure of light. Holy shit. Are they wet?
Well, you're just seeing,
Because that would be more like disturbing if it was like all drippy with.
you're only seeing kind of the light's reflection, you'd think, off of their forms.
Okay.
This is a fucked up game.
Where's that
It's
coming
not.
from?
So they're not wet.
What is going on?
Well,
We've done,
because like a wet
we've done-
would be more scary.
we've done like, you know, the characters having like hard choices where they have to choose which character, you know, lives and dies. They had to choose whether or not they're going to be locked in a temporal space forever and ever unless they did something drastic. Like, we've
right.
done some crazy shit on the Tuesday games, and that was probably the weirdest couple of sentences I think we've had.
Are the floating children wet?
Anyways, just to make this not weird, you would see them kind of come into the light, and the figures appear to be creatures made completely out of ice that have wings that are kind of fluttering lightly, and they seem to be reflecting the light because they're made out of the same material as the stone. They seem to be kind of slowly moving in your direction. Whether or not they're cognitive of your presence or not is unknown at this time.
Can I ascertain what the heck they are through my knowledge of the arcane?
Arcane, if you're trained in arcane knowledge, you know immediately. They're elementals known as mephits.
Oh, goodness. They're methods, Dahabe says out loud.
Okay.
What do I know about methods?
Well, as you're thinking about it, they do move up and
Oh,
see
God.
you. And as they kind of get relatively close, you see their temperament shift from kind of just a not really cognitive of anything in front of them to a claws emanating out of their fingertips, their bodies kind of crumpling up into like a more attack posture, and their wings, which seem to have been the source of the grinding kind of crystalline sound, start beating at a more rapid pace, making the sound even more kind of just
Ugly.
in your ear, yeah. But yeah, it looks like they're on the attack. Go ahead and make an initiative roll. I believe the sound effect would be and then the music shifts to combat music. Okay. Everybody rolled except for Cool Kid.
I rolled.
Huh. This fucking guy.
Yeah.
He thought it was him.
I knew it was me.
All right. Casey, because I'm role playing his character just as he would, runs in like a smart person. He'll do a stab, and then he'll do some punches. Oh wait, no, he'll do another stab. Okay, so he rushes forward, and in a flurry of Dragon Bone and Metallic Fist, he knocks the ice thing out of the air, breaking it across the ground. Okrin.
Oh, these guys are not strong.
All right, I will.
Watch like 30 of them come out of the walls.
There, and as I'm doing that, he'll rage. And he won't rage. He'll stand right there.
Okay. So a quick note: Dragon Bone Smash, Punch. So really kind of loud, kind of glass break sounds, and then as it falls down and hits the ground and breaks into a bunch of ice crystals, it has a very kind of loud, like glass being broken sound. All right, Okrin, you move up and don't do anything, right?
Yeah.
You want to dodge or anything?
He'll dodge.
Okay. Evangeline.
She's gonna Sacred Flame. This little fucker.
It gets struck. You watch as its wing gets blasted off and it falls to the ground, and then it kind of picks itself up off of the stone.
There, so I'm out of the way of my captain.
All right. It's going to move. It's actually going to move onto its dead thing space. And then it opens its kind of curved mouth, and ice starts to flow out of its face. I need Okrin and Casey both to make a dex saving throw. Casey's doing okay.
I am rolling now.
And you have advantage because you are a barbarian. Okay, so the two of you take 5 cold damage, which is the half amount. And its turn is complete. It'll go to Morax.
I'm just going to run up to the thing
Mm-hmm.
and hit it with my sword.
Okay.
That probably doesn't hit.
No, it hits.
12. Oh wow.
Yeah, you rush forward, hit it, shatters to the ground in kind of just like a loud and kind of open spray of crystals of ice. Yeah, immediately following the fight. Bear with me here. As I shift out of combat into more dreary music. Okay, you smash these two methods quickly. Looking at the things, they are very quickly kind of. It almost looks like they're melting on the ground side of their icy forms, but not like suddenly. It's more like ice would melt normally in kind of normal temperature, if that makes sense.
I wonder if we have destroyed something's pets. That is what I worry about.
I don't think we really have the time to go
Worry
after
about
every little critter that's running around these
Are these stairs?
tunnels.
So those actually look like descents. They look like it looks like a drop off.
Okay, so we'll go back the other way then.
Not like a steep drop off, but a drop off.
Okay.
Okay. So again, as you're
So we can either go up or we can go back to the stairs.
correct.
Should we peek north and make sure there's nothing like seriously fucked there that's gonna come?
Any wet children?
Ah! That's like a horror movie right
Oh
there.
my god.
Why?
I blame Kevin. It was
I heard
Kevin's
it on a
fault the whole time.
podcast, and I just thought it was funny. They're talking about what's the scariest thing you can imagine, like a wet child, because they're in horror movies like all the time.
Yeah,
So,
I guess I can see that.
like dripping wet.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
Kevin,
Stop. Just
And
stop.
then like
Kevin,
moving all
Stop
creepily.
before you get John banned from Twitch.
Yeah, can you please stop?
Oh, yeah, right. I'm
But-
talking horror movies.
No, I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying though. Like
Yeah.
I pick up what he's putting down. Like in
Yeah.
horror films, like
but can we just put it down?
Yeah, how about we just
The
not
Ring.
pick it up?
We got to put it down. Sorry, guys.
fair enough. So you're moving up that way, and as you do so, you would see that again the pillars kind of lift up to their terminus at the ceiling. Looking up ahead, looks like you have a couple more of these pillars kind of ahead. Looks like there's a path that branches off to the right, and looks like there might be a path that branches off to the left. Definitely more path that continues northwards.
Yeah. Do you want me to choose, or do you guys want to tell me which way to go? Let's head
This
north.
isn't
Then.
quite my area of expertise.
Oh, right.
Go to the right. Okay, cool. I'll continue this way a little ways. See if I see anything.
Yeah, so it just continues on. And as I mentioned, there's a path off to the right there.
Oh my gosh, I just want to keep going right.
Well,
As
that'll
you-
probably loop around.
Move out that way, Mikhail. I need you to make a perception check.
Guess what? I'm not the wisest person, so my perception. I thought I clicked it.
You have disadvantage too because it's dark and you don't have
I
dark
guess it
vision.
didn't work, but I'll try it again. What?
Amelia,
Hey,
that is my mouse.
Why
I
is
need
it
to
not
use
working? I don't know. There you go. It worked that time.
Okay,
I rolled 19 for
15
people
is
at home.
sufficient. You will not be caught surprised.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, these
That's
bastards.
What happened to my map? Hold on.
Ooh, the map is getting wobbly.
Yeah, for some reason
Oh, the grid.
it all
Yeah, I was
shift-
wondering what was up with that.
it all shifted to the left. What is happening?
Oh, I see. What you mean. Yeah, you
it's
just
giving me
moved it.
vertigo. This is the most alive I've felt all week.
Oh,
Whoa.
man.
Oh man.
Honestly, though.
Okay.
That-
So that's still not right. I don't know what's happening there. That's actually really annoying me. Mephit jumped out at you. You can make an attack against it before it attempts to attack you.
Yes, I would definitely do
It-
that. So I'm gonna
it-
whack it.
Is
Go ahead.
technically caught unawares, so
Oh
you
my
have.
god.
I love it when you catch them unawares. Look at that, guys! A critical hit.
So
Gorgeous.
Woohoo!
you stab it directly in the part that you saw others stab and hit it in that made it kind of fall apart, and it does just that.
The body part?
A loud, glassy kind of just. You would see that the path ahead to the side there looks like it's a descent. And then looking out further, it's kind of pitch blackness, but you presume that it kind of goes in the same route as where the other methods came from.
Okay. Should we just go back the other way?
We could go up this way for a little bit, see what's up there.
There's also the path behind you, which was kind of over this way.
Right.
I mean,
Check-
if it's just methods all the way through, maybe
It's all methods all the way down.
You know?
Let's go
Maybe.
back.
It could be like a dragon around here too. These are just its pets.
Well, then let's not poke it.
All right. Good point.
I have a weird feeling that there's going to be a frozen heart somewhere around here.
Who?
Oh shit. Oh, John, I'm sorry.
What?
What'd you
I did something weird, and now Dahabe is gone.
do? Maybe you went underneath somebody.
I barely stuck her in the wall. Oh,
You
thank
went
you.
underneath Casey. Yeah,
Oh, I
just
was
what
underneath
exactly what I
Casey.
said. Boy, what are the chances?
I'm so sorry. Okay.
You were just hiding. That's okay. All right, we're gonna look around. You guys going first then? Might as well. We might walk into a dragon den or something. Wait, don't let the matriarch go first then.
Well, you take the lead, Mikhail.
All right, I'll take the lead.
You and Morax.
I definitely don't want matriarch doing it. That seems
The
like
big,
a bad
strong,
idea.
manly men.
And just to make sure, is the map still showing the places that you have been? It's still doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
It
Do
was
you
just a
want it to do
grid
that?
moving and stuff. It was weird. I think your cats are behind it.
Yeah, that's probably nailing.
Sabotage.
That sounds like something he would do. But yeah, as you continue moving around, I'm not gonna.
We've
I'm-
been
I'm-
down here. so
I'm
let's go
definitely
back
gonna
this
watch
way.
you to determine where
Can
you're
we just
headed.
come back
But
here?
again, I just want to make sure you are not paying attention to it, but you have walked by it twice. There is a point of entry here. There's also the pathways north, but yeah, you've definitely walked past this one spot twice without looking into it.
Okay. Do
I'm
we
just-
want to?
I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to. Do what you want, live your life, but I do-
Fine, let's do it.
Tell me where to go. Where are we supposed to go? Ping,
North.
ping the
Head
map.
north. Head
Okay.
north. Head north.
Okay, yeah, I'll head up there. Go here. Oh wait, that's weird. Okay, it didn't disappear right away, but now it did. All right, I'm gonna go up there, and then I'm gonna move up to here and wait for hopefully people following me.
in the darkness, you can see what looks like debris, rocks. Looks like they kind of pile up and build upwards like a cliff. Just scree, really, that kind of goes up onto a higher point, like a higher position.
These are all my hand signals I'm doing to you guys. This is a pile of boulders. Everybody knows that.
Okay, we got a larper.
We
we
got a
got
lurker over here.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we need Morax to shine a light. Shine a light.
So yeah, it goes up onto a higher position, probably about 10 feet higher.
The Secrets of Irmorag, the musical.
That would be
Oh
cool.
yeah, this would
Who's
be
gonna write it?
this would be the part where we bring out the glass harmonica
Oh my
Fuck
god.
because of the crystal sounds.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
So
go.
do
up
we
this
try
way
and
then.
climb up here?
Oh, I'm gonna go over this way. What's over there? It looks like those are the boulders and stuff.
Yeah, you got to climb up them, but it's not a hard climb, so you can do it.
All right, I will do it carefully.
Oh, this feels bad.
This feels bad. All right, I'm gonna jump down to here.
I don't like
Hopefully,
this.
I'm not dying.
Yeah, well, this area is like too open. This is like a hot red flag.
Beep beep beep. Red flag is going
We
off.
already found the boss chamber.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's giving boss chamber.
Luckily, Casey's in the back, so Casey will survive no matter what.
Wait, who are we missing? One,
Okran.
2, 3. Where's Okran?
Okran.
We
Sure.
lost Okran.
John's not paying
He's right
attention.
back there.
Where's
Oh,
Okra?
there's Okran.
John's making pudding. Or he's muted. I don't know. Probably both. But you're all coming up onto the surface. Yeah, it does look like a bit of an open area, to be sure. But you're all going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we see
Okay.
an end? I mean, I don't see an end to that cave yet. I see something
Just
over here.
shove Morax out there.
Where-
Sorry, Morax.
Just give me a
Fuck,
shove
there.
and I start sliding.
yes.
It's like the DuckTales level. So,
Every game has to have their ice physics puzzle.
Okran, since you're the last, or John, are you there? Confirm.
Ah!
Confirm for Zero John. All right. Well, I'm going to punish him for not announcing that he's going. Oh, he did say
Aye.
BRB. He did say BRB in the chat.
I did say
Is-
BRB.
He
Yeah.
said BRB sex.
Okay.
What?
And I said sec, and I edited it.
I believe you were caught
we
out
all
by
saw it.
some people.
We all saw it.
Anyway, Okran and Dahabe, I need the both of you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw real quick. As the two of you step out into the space, you feel the ground shake lightly, but you understand the source is the ceiling. It looks like rocks start to fall down into that space you just came through. And you then hear a loud scurrying sound over top of you. But first things first, dex saving throw.
17.
Good. Okran, 10 is a failure. So, Dahabe, you'll take 5 points of bludgeoning damage from your success, and Okran, you'll take 10. And as the wall forms behind you, filling in that gap, from above, a massive form falls from the ceiling, landing in the center of the chamber. It appears to be lizard-like, but completely made of ice. Very crystalline, similar to the Mephits. As it breathes, you can see mist kind of coming out of its mouth to kind of betray like a coldness deeper than the cold that's already kind of surrounding you, exiting its maw. And initiative. Once I get the tracker up. Yep. Okay. Go ahead.
But what if I want to keep it?
I miss the methods.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a no. It's not an option. Just gonna say.
It probably wants to join our forces against the Denistathians, or
Yeah.
that's probably it's just an ally.
Yeah, that's what it was the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it probably would want to kill the Denisatvans. It's just that that's not your goal anymore.
Or is it? We're not sure.
We don't know what the fuck what our goal is anymore. We're like, we could fight a war, or we could return this book to the library.
Which sounded much better.
Hey, one of those is a lot easier.
You made your
Yeah.
choice.
The war. The war is probably easier.
All right. And then, of course, Casey. And, okay, Evangeline, you're first.
Alright. So we are gonna do a thing. We rested, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you did something, you should be at full
Yeah, I did not
stuff.
do anything. Isn't there a button for that? Yes. Okay. Alright, I'm good. We are gonna... Yeah, we're just gonna do Sacred Flame.
Okay. All right. It strikes it, and we'll deal 13. Okay. Evangeline,
And-
done. In between your turn and Moirax's turn, it kind of brings its kind of legs up like a lizard and starts kind of beating its feet across the ground very suddenly as it moves in this kind of rapid arc straight at Evangeline.
Oh,
Oh, great.
Moirax.
Do I need to be concerned about the fact that my magic sword that I got is a two-handed sword, but I'm holding a torch?
No, you just discard the torch and it's at your
just on the ground.
it's at your feet.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'll run over next to her and attack with my magic sword.
That'll hit.
That hits. And then again.
So you hit it the first time, and it's kind of facing against Evangeline. It kind of turns its head and hisses in your direction, and as you swing the next blade blow, it doesn't seem to try and block it with its kind of ice-covered frame. Instead, it immediately kind of hops back a little bit to kind of dodge the swinging blade. All right, in between your turn and Mikhail's turn, I'll use my second legendary action to bite you.
Me or more?
Moirax. It's very animalistic. That will definitely hit.
Oof.
So the total damage will be 13 piercing and 12 cold. So 25 total.
Oof.
It was a crit. I will let you know that.
Ow, that sucks.
ah.
Could you take the HP away from me? Because my cat has revoked my keyboard privileges.
Okay. That sometimes will happen. Hit point damage is dealt. Mikhail, you're up.
Wow, cats are just conspiring against us today.
Yeah, they are just
All right.
destroying the whole stream.
I'm just gonna move over to not be
And
super
we
close
love
to these
it.
guys. Like down here, maybe,
Okay.
just so I'm not right next to them. And as I'm
Mhm,
moving, I'm
right
gonna be
next to
pulling.
you.
Yeah, I'll be right all by myself. No, so I will be pulling out my dragon tooth dagger
Okay.
and trying to stab that SOB. Come on, baby.
Oh,
Another
yeah.
crit! No friggin' way!
22, 32,
Plus a 10 of mass.
42.
42.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so you spin about and lance it kind of in the hindquarters and retract the dragon tooth dagger. It kind of echoes like a crystalline scream out of its throat and then spins its head kind of over its shoulder in between Mikhail and Okrin. Mikhail, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Alright, I'm dexing it. 22.
Its tail
Gosh,
lashes
come
out
on.
you like a whip, and you just kind of flip over it, kind of landing in your same position as you kind of just do a cartwheel over tops of it. Okrin, you're up.
All right, we're gonna rage and run up. I'm gonna do my tail for the beast form, and I'll do one attack with Sardic's Tear, and one with the tail.
All right. Tear will miss. Tail will hit.
I'm sorry, one sec. My thing's messed up. I think. Excuse me. There it goes.
All right. Smash with the tail, and it kind of causes a couple of the ice flecks to fly off the shoulder. Casey, seeing everybody's taking the Casey route, is going to Casey. Short sword, and punch. So the punch will miss. Bam, bam. All right. So 15, 21. All right, so that bloodies it as he kind of lances into it on its side. The cut from one side, like the rump, and then the cut kind of towards the shoulder. It's kind of bleeding from both sides. Once Casey's finished with his itinerary, the creature leans in towards Moirax and then pushes back with its front legs. And you can also see its hind legs pushing out in the same direction. It sails backwards. Everybody can make an opportunity attack. You have disadvantage for the attack. Except for Dahabe, of course. She's not in melee. Miss, miss, miss. Miss. And Casey. Disadvantage. Miss. Okay. Once it hits, during the flight backwards, you see this kind of polar framing kind of filling its mouth. And once it hits the ground, it just reaches forward like a cannon and shoots this massive gust of cold wind. Everyone, and that's every single one of you, needs to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Yay.
DC is 17. Oh my god. Casey. Okay. Everybody but Dahabe, Evangeline, and Casey passed. So if you succeeded, you are going to take 20 points of cold damage. If you failed, you're going to take 40. Casey falls over. Like
I'm
just
gonna take evasion.
evasion doesn't count. It's a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, what crap! All right. So 20 damage.
Mhm.
It's 40 if he failed. All right.
Yeah, correct.
Awesome.
But Casey like freezes over like a frozen little tin man and just clunk.
Mm.
Just kind of rolling around like a Russian doll, like in that space. Okay, its turn is completed. Dahabe, you are still conscious or no?
Yeah, I'm conscious.
Your turn. Stop moving around, John.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Is Casey dead or just knocked out?
Unconscious, yeah. Dying.
Okay.
Is anybody else like superiorly wounded?
I
Magpie,
have
did you?
12
I have
HP.
like 29 left.
After taking 40?
Yeah. I had 69, baby.
Nice.
Alright, gangster. Damn, that's the most. I think that's the most hit points in the party right there.
One that always has
I guess 75.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's second most. Sorry, the barbarian, of course. That makes sense.
6. Okay, this is for everyone, I guess. 5 healing.
5 healing back, everybody. That's a bonus action.
I will use my action to drink my potion of greater healing.
Okay, 44 plus 4. And then we'll move on to Evangeline. Between Dahabe and Evangeline, though, the creature, after kind of shooting the cannon, kind of hops up, just kind of strangely, and then kind of grits its claws into the stone and starts scrambling forward. You can definitely recognize at this point in this distance, the distance that it's moving its hands and the marks that it's leaving on the ground. You're pretty sure that this is the little guy who made the path possible for you to get into this space. But he...
We should be thanking it, not fighting it, right?
You want to have that conversation with that? Like, normally I'm all for that, but like,
Yeah, you're right. He probably wouldn't listen.
Well, to go back to our food conversation in the playtest channel we had today, it is technically sapient, but you can't talk to it.
yeah.
Evangeline.
All right.
I bet it could understand my sign language. We've determined how good that is, or demonstrated.
You're like, hey, crazy frost salamander, I got you something. Oh,
Okay.
A knuckle sandwich.
a knuckle sandwich.
So I
So,
can do like the disengage action, right?
yeah, that'd be your action.
And then would I be able to cast a spell?
Bonus action spell, yeah. Like if you have
Not
something like
Cure Wounds.
no, you couldn't cure wounds and disengage. No. But like we discussed, your hit point total is a lot higher than most of these folks. So, I mean, you
Okay,
could
so as
probably
long as he doesn't do like the breath weapon or crit me, I should.
movement. Yeah, movement wise, you don't really have many avenues for getting to other people to heal besides Okrin and Morax. Morax definitely looks the more tore up from the floor up of the two.
Okay, so
You have more damage, or you have less hit points remaining than Okrin.
she'll do Cure Wounds at level 2.
Okay,
Morat.
14 back.
Thank you. 14?
Mm-hmm.
And then can I take the dodge?
No,
action?
you're into bonus action territory. Bonus actions are bonus actions.
Bonus action.
Yeah.
Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame's not a bonus action.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing then.
I don't know
I
how.
don't know. I don't know how either. Listen.
Last week you were good.
I know.
I've slept since then.
I don't know.
It's okay. So bonus action is basically going to be things like Healing Word, say Shield of
Okay.
Faith, stuff like that. Nothing really
Okay.
good on the gambit here because you can't do it. You already cast a spell this turn.
Okay, then I'm done.
Okay, Morax.
I
Ooh.
will.
Slash him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slash him.
Hit.
That hits.
Slash him good.
Gonna slash again.
Also
That'll
hit.
I assume.
As you bring the Narpus like down and kind of cleft into its shoulder, like this kind of deep red fluid starts splashing onto the ground. You notice that it's not blood. It just seems to be kind of like a deeply red kind of fluid material. And the second stroke cuts across the neck, sending a bit more onto the stone. It doesn't kill it. It definitely seems to be kind of wildly flailing about after those two strokes. Do you have a bonus action, Morax?
I'm gonna action surge and do it again.
All right.
Oh yeah.
That
Hit.
nice.
And
And one more time.
also hit. Again, striking down the creature across the chest and across the neck. That second stroke, you feel like kind of winded after the first three strokes, but you manage to get it back into the groove that you set with the first across the neck stroke. And when you do so, you feel it kind of bite in. And when you pull it free, the creature kind of just wildly flails about and then falls to the ground, kind of lifting its feet in the air, kicking wildly into the sky. It died.
Yay.
Okay. I'm like, is it having a tantrum?
Well, it definitely, like, there's a moment where everyone's just kind of like, what the? And yeah, it's dead. It's a dead. It's a dead one. It died. All right.
Good job, everybody.
Nice cat steaks.
Can I identify it?
Yeah. So you would know it's an elemental creature known as a frost salamander, but it appears to be kind of an older frost
What
salamander
are you doing?
with non-typical abilities.
Oh, that's so sad. We should have given our lives so it could live on.
Based on the, I will have you roll an Arcana roll for something else, though. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll an Arcana roll for me.
20.
What you're feeling in this space, and it seems to have been something that was present at the heel of the creature, the back end of the creature where you found the Phaline. This space doesn't appear to be material. The things that are kind of here are elementals, and the space feels very much like not of the world that you are familiar with. This appears to be a connective point to somewhere much colder, somewhere much more earthy, like a divide between air and earth.
Plane of ice?
A
Is that a
plane,
thing?
a plane of ice is between air and water, specifically.
And we're between Earth and what?
Air. Yeah, the 4 elements are air, fire, water, and that other one. Earth. It's Earth. But yeah, it's definitely a strange quasi. Hold on, I'll give you the specifics.
Oh, you're a quasi.
Uh, elemental. Elemental chaos. The divide between air and earth is technically an event horizon. The dichotomic, not quasi-elemental, the dichotomic elemental plane of gravity is what it's more or less related to, air and earth.
That doesn't sound good.
Great night, time of night to do it.
And again, that's a high enough roll for you to understand. The Zixical's like strength, the mountain strength, being able to smite a dragon of like a greater power, like the old 8 like matriarch dragons with a single blow. That's not something that's just done by weight of a rock. There's definitely had to have been supernatural weight added to the strike. But yeah,
some kind of gravitational fuckery.
Yep. And it seems to manifest, at least in the elemental sense, to be kind of really cold rocks. Because the ice.
Is this the stairs up?
Those are stairs down, actually.
God damn it.
But again, they're not a high elevation of steps. They're kind of just like a low kind of step down.
But those stones that we came in through, that's collapsed in, so we can't go back that way.
Correct.
Well,
we might continue this way.
Don't have that many options.
Maybe we could go down the stairs, but I think this way.
Do you want to check what's down those steps, or just ignore them?
Yeah, should we do that? That'd be clever.
I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah.
I'll go over there and check.
I'll go with more.
We have to actually leave the map, though, I think, because it's... wait, no.
You would see a chamber that looks like it's kind of a layering spot. It definitely looks like there's a lot of scratch marks on the ground, and it looks like, though not displayed on the map, a number of different figures of a more visceral nature kind of splayed out, chewed upon, kind of devoured. The one that catches you kind of by surprise is what appears to be one of the Knights of Ermorag Monastery. Looks like they've been rended quite a bit, and their armament is kind of just pretty much ripped off of it. It looks like the armor is functional. It could probably be used, but the sword and shield have been kind of splintered off. The sword broken into shards, and the shield just like torn through. So it's nothing more than just like a bit of metal shard. But the plate armor looks great. Looks similar.
Plate armor?
Looks similar in kind to the plate armors that you had set up in the top of the...
Can I search his body for anything?
Sure, absolutely. No investigation roll really needed on this. You kind of poke at the viscera of the creature inside the armor. You can find what appears to be like a belt and a belt loop, and on it there's a ring of keys. There are 3 keys.
Nice.
If these keys are useless, I'm gonna have Dahabe just jump off of Ermorag into the ocean and drown.
One of the keys appears to have a blue gemstone, diamond cut, set in its head. The other 2 look like they are made of wrought iron and are just kind of simple ring topped.
Okay.
They came off of a guard of Irmarag, so they're probably to that area, so they should be useful for us.
More specifically, a knight.
a
Irmarag.
night, right?
Yeah, I found these keys off of this knight. I'm gonna go ahead and pocket them in case we need them later.
The plate armor still looks good. I might
Yeah, if you take a gander at it, you don't know what its magical properties are. You would know that these suits of armor, Dahabe, are magical. You would actually know that if they are identical to the sets that were left inside of the monastery, those were already identified by Millie. They are plate armor, +1, and they also have the properties of wound closure parapet, I believe. It is called Parapet of Wound Closure. So while you're wearing the pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying, and whenever you spend hit die for rest, you double the number of hit points that you would get normally.
Nice.
Speaking of resting, do we want to let Morax get into his armor and then take a short rest so we could roll hit dice? Everybody was hurt a little bit.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, Dahabe will press to digitate the armor so that it's not full of viscera.
Cleaning it up.
yeah. Thank you.
The dragon was looking at just putting the gauntlets on. Oh, or that is a good idea.
That's probably, that's probably
They
a
just
good
like
idea.
slurp.
Sorry, I couldn't really smell the material disgustingness of it because I just smelled death, and my breath smells like death. So,
Oh yeah, that's true.
if you're taking a short rest, go ahead and spend hit dice accordingly, and regain any short rest features that you would have. I will go ahead and Casey got a pretty solid heal at the end there. I am pretty satisfied with his current 26 out of 31. Spending hit dice would probably wouldn't be worth it, in all honesty.
Could I take my short rest after I put the armor on?
Yeah,
Because you said it gives me just the.
it takes
hit
it takes 4 minutes to don, or 8 minutes I think to don plate armor. You'll be fine. But yeah, that's okay.
Cool. Okay, so that's that one.
Oh yeah, exactly what I needed.
Sorry about that. What did I need to roll?
Oh, we're going into short rest.
Short rest.
We can roll hit dice.
Yay.
While we're taking a short rest, I'm going to tell people about some of my hand signals for when I'm trying to signal something that I find. That way they will actually know what it means.
What's
have
your
to
hand signal
do-
for Frost Salamander?
Well, let me think about this. I'd probably do a finger thing that kind of looked like a ice crystal. you know?
LARP it, LARP it.
I would definitely, yeah, something like this.
You gotta
crystal
LARP it.
thing, and then you have to have sound
Oh,
effects.
it wouldn't be like
That's exactly what it would be like. How did you know? It probably has something to do with
You gotta do the wide eye. The wide eyes are important for the hand symbol, right?
Yeah, exactly. I like it.
Then it's
got him.
He gets me.
okay. I'm scared. Every hand gesture looks like.
You're right.
Oh, that is. Okay, so if you're kind of walking around during your short rest, you would examine that, and I'll go ahead and just move Casey kind of over. There's a narrow pass that Casey would kind of discover there, and it looks like all the stuff to the left over this way is dead ends, and the one way out would be the stairs that you didn't go up at the first point, or wrap around to this large chamber, kind of over here. That makes sense?
It's funny how that always happens.
Yeah, we just need Morax over there with the light, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Why do you keep getting on top of Casey?
Sorry. Why do you
Wide,
keep
Casey.
turning Casey wide?
Wide, Casey.
It's like if Casey got thrown into one of those memorial like penny squishers.
Oh no.
That'll be his untimely end.
Right? How we
Evangeline
commemorate him when he finally is decommissioned.
puts the dollar in and then shoves Casey
We
into the
are in
penny
a
slot.
We are in an Event Horizon kind of
Punches
place.
a hole in him and just wears him as a necklace.
It's
Like,
possible, is what you're saying, Dom.
It's
I love
the
that.
perfect place to become Stretch.
And I want to make sure, yeah, not Event Horizon like the movie. I don't want to go there.
It's too late. I'm already visualizing this like the Inception.
Oh my god, what's the name of the actor in that movie? Oh my god. It's on the tip of my brain. He's such a cool guy. He's the Jurassic Park.
Lawrence Fishburne.
That's right. No, not him. The
Paul
Jeff
Anderson.
Goldblum?
yeah, the more Caucasian gentleman. What is his name? Paul? No, god damn it.
No.
Jurassic.
Neil.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Jason Isaac is in it too.
Sam Neill. Sam Neill.
Oh, Sam
Sam Neill.
Sam
That's what I was
Neill?
looking for. Yeah.
Neill.
He's hilarious. Like he's in a lot of the cosmic
Alright.
horror movies. The one that I liked was oh, I can't remember. I'm not going to try and think about it. Okay, so we're going to go through this narrow pass.
One to the northeast.
Yeah,
Sure, if we can fit through it.
it looks like everybody grouped up around there. So yeah, you can get through. It's not a squeeze. It's pretty sizable for everybody here. It would be a squeeze for, or impossible rather, for the large salamander or huge salamander. All right. So as you kind of maneuver around this space, you would see that to the end of it, once you get to the end, you'd kind of be in familiar territory around hereabouts. This looks like this would be the end of the northwardly path that you were on in the first place before turning left and going through the stone hole. We are
There's nothing of
doing
note.
no, not really. I mean, it definitely looks like there's a tunnel that goes up to the north, like off stage. Hold on a second. Yeah, a tunnel that goes off stage up to the north, but whether or not you want to take that one or not is it. And when I say up to the north, I mean up. Like it looks like there's a steady upwards pattern.
Incline?
Yeah, on that path up to the north.
Is it there or this side?
It's literally it's right here. It's this hole in the center of the.
Okay.
Yep. That just goes into a path that keeps going up that way, and it's kind of got like an upwards movement to it.
Do we want to like make sure there's nothing fucky here, or like some kind of
Sure.
critical clue or some shit?
Could be critical clues.
You
Mikhail,
never know. And
as you kind of step forward, you hear a sound which sounds familiar. You recall the sound as the same sound that happened when the warrior ghosts appeared on the bridge.
Oh no.
You would see 3 of them appear. They don't seem to move towards you, but they seem to take a defensive posture.
Ooh, this could be an entryway. Otherwise, why would it be guarded, right?
Yeah.
Let's try talking with them.
You can
I'm
do
going to
that.
say,
Wait,
Uh,
I have the tongue of something. Oh, I have universal speech.
universal speech. Wouldn't that be great?
Okay, so I activate my universal speech.
Click it.
Did I use this already today? No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
and you were able to understand them.
I was able or unable?
Yeah, they were able to, or you weren't.
Okay.
You were not able to understand them.
My guess is they probably speak our
The chosen
language.
creatures can magically understand you. It's not the vice versa. So conversation's not available with universal speech.
Okay, well, if I have
In all
capacity,
honesty, that's a really weird ability.
it's weird. Well, it makes me able to use speech-dependent spells on stuff that
Oh,
can't understand me, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it.
okay, I guess that makes sense. All right. Well, anyways, they don't. Whatever you say, you can say whatever you want. It's not going to change.
Hey,
It's not going to
hey,
change
you
my mind.
guys.
I am still maintaining my
Hey,
martial
you
posture,
guys.
and I do have.
You guys were walking here.
They-
Forget
they-
about it.
Well,
they-
here's the thing: we have a knight. We have somebody dressed in the knight's armor. So wouldn't the knight be able to just go through with whoever the knight wanted to bring? I mean, it's possible.
Oh.
This knight
Maybe
is
they have a
escorting
secret
you.
hand code. Do you know it?
No, but
Oh,
I do
no.
know. I do. Can I show you what it means to pile
Boysenberry.
up boulders, though? It's like
4X, if you do step forward,
Like, he's
they
screaming this,
do-
and this guy's like, "What?"
set themselves to brandish their blades, similarly to the ones on the bridge. It looks like they're kind of ready to fight you and defend these 3 passageways that lead out of this space.
Hey, that's not necessary.
Do you keep moving forward?
When they brandish their blades, I do stop for a moment to, hey, that. Let's just come on. I just need to get through.
They don't seem to take kindly to your protestations. They do look like they are about to set upon you with weapons if you don't back away.
No, I don't think they're very friendly. I think
Can I do something?
Yeah.
sure.
I don't think we got a choice. Can
Well,
I move towards them?
Okay. All right. Well, then we're rolling initiative. It sounds like.
Yeah. Like, let's do it.
Roll initiative.
Whee!
Casey wordlessly will rush into the fight, or
Boop, boop, beep, boop.
will
He's been
eventually.
very quiet. He's been very quiet this session.
Yeah.
But they have.
Casey's just reverting back to like binary code.
Beep boop, beep boop.
Indeed. All right. Dave, you are not first.
Oh shit.
Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Actually, this, in real honesty, Okran said they moved forward. That would have been the
Yeah,
trigger.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna run up.
I'm gonna beat the crap out of him.
Me.
All right. They're wielding battle axes, and they're doing so two-handed.
I wouldn't have been able to do anything beforehand.
No.
Oh well. Oh well.
Miss, hit. 6 slashing and 11 slashing, so a total of 17 damage. Dahabe, you would realize that none of them appear to be the commander type, the one that was leading the last pack of these warrior ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
17, that's
Okay.
right.
I just cast this at level 3. So Okran, Morax, and Matriarch each add 10 to your current and maximum hit points. And I will use a bonus action to give Okran a bonus die.
As you bring
Bardic-
forward aid, the grace of fairies kind of fill each of you with temporary vitality, and then Dahabe will spin a tale, or recite a tale more rather, for inspiration. Okran, you're up.
I'll rage.
All right. Second one for the day, right?
What's that?
It's your second one for the day.
Second one for the day.
All right. I like resources.
Me too.
Yum yum yum.
And
yum.
I'll hit the one in front of me twice.
All right.
And when I rage, I use claws.
Okay.
Oof.
18 will hit. And that's it.
That's all.
Morax.
Right, I'm going to run up as well and
Whoosh.
swing. Nice.
Same one as he targeted?
Did he target the one in the middle?
Yeah.
Then yeah, sure, I attacked that one.
Alright.
And the little thing is there, so I can't click the damage. That's funky. There we are. And second damage.
I was having issues with that too.
Alright. The spirit gets cleft in two and kind of fades. Its axe becomes more manifest and then drops to the ground. Morax done. Mikhail.
All right. Kale's going to run up here. Stand in the line with all these fine fellas and try to kill that ghost.
Okay.
Oh, this time I rolled a nat 1. That's karma for you. I rolled 2 nat 20s. Now a nat 1.
Casey rushes forward and dives like a rocket at this one. It's like the attack that the Emperor does in the third Star Wars prequel.
I love that one.
Oh, yeah.
He hits with nothing because that last one shouldn't be that. Should be that. So yeah, he just misses a lot. All right, cool. Casey done. Evangeline up.
We're just gonna view the sacred flame. Okay.
He'll succeed. Dodges it. It'll go to them. They are going to focus their attacks against the ones directly in front of them. So it'll be axe against Casey, axe against Moirax. Surprisingly missing Casey and hitting Moirax. Like the opposite of what you would expect. I got an 8 versus Casey and then 22 against Moirax. So it'll be 14 slashing damage. And they are done.
Don't forget about aid. Aid was cast on you guys.
Yeah.
On
That just
you.
that just increased our
Current and max.
our max by 10.
Yeah, and current. Yep. Dobbit.
Okay. Has anyone taken damage?
Morax just did.
I have, but I'm doing okay.
Okay.
I did a little bit. But you can save it.
Okay. So I'm gonna move here. And I think you're fine, honestly.
Yeah, it should be okay.
I'm gonna dodge.
Oh, sorry. I was pestering my cat. Okay. Dahave done. Open up.
I will attack the one up at Casey because he tends to get hurt more.
Mm-hmm. Miss, hit.
And aid is
Just hit points for you. What's the okay? Doing great. You're doing great. Okran done.
nice
Morax, you're up.
coach.
Some pretty bad damage rolls, my
Okran,
guy.
also, you have a bardic die.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to use, but I don't know.
So you could have used it on that 15 that missed.
That's what I was thinking. I thought it was aid. My bad.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Inspiration dice. Roll of 1 will succeed. So go ahead and roll another damage roll.
And shoot again.
Do another 6 damage.
Fade.
Shut up.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Ouch.
I'm so... okay, Morax.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
cursed. I've been cursed.
I'll attack.
I
the one
Shijo'd
on-
you.
The one on the bottom. That
Miss.
misses. I'm going to use a
Don't make my name into a curse.
precision
Like,
attack to add a
Well, no.
superiority die to that.
Okay. For precision.
Yes. Did that?
No.
What
That'll
the
miss.
fuck?
Everybody rolling once tonight.
And then attack it again. Okay.
That'll hit. That'll hit. All right. Solid damage. Next up is Michaela.
All right. I'm going to take another slash at this ghost.
And I want to make sure, Jijo, the curse aspect there, it's more of a hex, not so much a curse.
Ah, there you go. Oh, talk about
Yeah.
like swings right here. This time I rolled 19,
Damn, okay,
which is
all right.
27.
8 plus 9 plus 3, so 21, 20 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll kill it.
Not bad. All right.
Mikhail, any
What should I
movement?
think about?
Oh, and sorry. When it dies, his axe manifests physically and drops.
I'm going to move over to here just for later.
Okay.
They need a little help.
Casey, hiya! Rocket.
Hey, yeah.
Rocket. I'm a rocket. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. I'm channeling Zach when I say rocket. Somehow, I don't know. He kills it. He stab, and then headbutts it, and like it just splatters into ectoplasm, flying all over the wall. And its axe also manifests and drops to the ground. So there are 3 battle axes sitting on the ground here.
I'll pick up the middle one.
Got a good weight to it.
So they look
Nice.
special, or do they just look like
Um,
axes?
Well, they just manifested out of thin air. They definitely look like they have an older kind of Jernaran nature to them, so they have an almost draconic kind of look to them. Very similar to axes from your family. More so in kind with what you'd expect to see from like Red Dragonborn. That said, they do appear to have draconic markings on them, which are typical of weapons that are imbued with magical energies.
But they're not like words that I would read. There's like
Yeah, they're just weird marking. Each of the runes has a meaning. The best way I describe draconic is if you're familiar with like the Japanese language, you have like the base kind of alphabet, which is for everyday writing, and then there's like more formalized methods of writing. And these runes are very similar in kind. They mean something, but they don't really mean anything when used in a magical context. It's magical gibberish. But there are 3 of them. So if you wanted to start like a... Oh yeah, 2 of them. I was going to say, if you wanted to start a juggling troop of axe jugglers. Okran, the crazy axe juggling rat folk. But yeah, you've got one. It again has a very good weight to it. There's a good kind of balance to it. It feels right.
Neat.
oh,
You're
I'll
not.
grab
Are you
one and
not?
just hang on to it.
Okay. 3 paths besides the one you walked past. The 3 that were guarded. Looks like there's one path that you walk past to the north, and then again the 3 passes to the sides here.
They're
Okay.
incredibly heavy. I'll grab the other one.
I'll check the top one first. Top area,
Okay.
passageway.
So this pass goes on for some time, and it looks like it does not go up. It instead looks like it comes to a point where it starts to kind of spiral in on itself, and kind of still maintain its same elevation. There's no upwards incline.
So
We
do you
don't
want
wanna-
to go all the way to the end or just
No.
turn around?
We don't want it.
We don't want it. All right. And then we'll go back to the middle one.
So this one goes straight out for maybe about 60 feet before it reaches a terminus. The end point is worked compared to the stony features that you saw before. It looks like there's actually brick that's been kind of laid out in a kind of room or cell. Inside of the space, you see that there are chains hanging from the wall. Looks like they're kind of a blackish metal. They are currently occupied by remains. Looks like a skeleton that has a bit of rime kind of set about it. And about 20 feet, or sorry, not 20 feet, about 10 feet in front of it, sat on like a small pillow, is a dagger and a set of tools. Almost like they were left in front of this prisoner as kind of like a taunt.
They like thieves' tools?
Did you pick them up and inspect them?
I'll inspect them without touching them first, just to see what they are.
They look like a set of tools wrapped in kind of like a leather, like tool kit set. They could be fine tools like calligraphy tools. They could be more nuanced tools like thieves' tools or like smith's tools. It just depends.
I'll pick them up and look at them then, just to, figure out what they
Inside,
are.
you find a set of perfectly ornate adamantine thieves' tools.
Ooh,
Whoa.
I can use those too. Sweet. All right. I say this will be helpful when we get into the keep or wherever.
And a dagger.
Dagger. What's the dagger like?
Just looks like a very ornate dagger with a strange cross blade. So it's like two blades that have been kind of linked together to form like a cross when looking like straight down the point. Kind of a wide triangular blade and kind of a large guarding grip. And no, not like this. No. Like this.
Like that.
Yeah, kind of like
Okay.
Oh.
or
I was thinking like Kylo.
Put the finger. Yeah.
then you do.
Oh, get that out of here. Get that out of here.
Oh,
I was thinking more Kylo Ren.
Interactive. Yeah, no, not like Kylo Ren. It's not like a cross guard. It's more like two blades. One's horizontal, one or not one. They're skewed.
We got it. We got it.
Sorry.
Describing
like a screwdriver.
Yeah.
Right?
Screwdriver dagger.
Like if you look at the
Yes.
screwdriver by the tip,
Like a
it
Phillips
looks like
head screwdriver.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Phillips head dagger. Sweet.
Yeah, it's a. That's what we're gonna call
Phillips head dagger.
Phillips head
I
dagger.
love it.
Write that
Gotta
down.
love it.
Write
I'll
that
write that
down.
shit down. I'll write that down.
That's
Oh,
going
I
in
took the
everything.
second battle axe. The third, sorry.
Do you go back out and inspect the third?
Yeah, let's do that, guys.
Wait. Before we do that, can I like knock around on the bricks and make sure there's not like a hollow one or something?
Make an investigation roll.
I don't have it trained. Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Seems all well in order. Bricks,
Okay.
bricks.
Bricks.
All right. And then you head back out, and then do you want to go down the south path?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It comes to a point where it starts to wind up. Like there's like an almost stair-like progression that seems to go upwards. Do you head on up?
Path then.
We should probably head on up, right? Makes sense.
Only way to go.
All right. We'll do that.
Okay.
Can we do it carefully and kind of quietly?
So we're doing
Cautious. Caution is obviously in regard, and you're using the light to kind of like make sure that the rogue is able to see ahead. It comes to a point where you come to a landing. At this landing, it seems that there's the column that you came up, this kind of almost spiral staircase that leads up, and exactly opposite of that, there's a spiral staircase that descends downwards, and nothing else above you. Seems like it just all comes up to here.
Okay. We reach the end of the path, and the only thing that is here is a spiral staircase.
Well, you kind
that-
of went up a spiral staircase, right? And then
Okay.
at the top of this, a winding path that goes upwards, but not really a staircase.
Uh-huh.
When you get to the top of it, there's a landing, just like a flat open space. And on the opposite side of this flat open space is a descent identical to the one that you just came up that descends down.
Oh, okay. So there's multiple places that come here.
Right. But
Is there any-
other than like, the two spirals like passages, there doesn't appear to be anything in this space, like in this landing area.
Oh gosh, that's not good.
Why would
We
there
were
be
open-
stairways up to a weird nothing is a great question.
That's a very good question. Maybe should we do like a dispel magic? Not dispel magic, like a detect magic or something, and see maybe there's like an invisible door, secret door.
I don't
anything
have
like
that.
I could do
Can I hit-
investigation.
Are the walls ice?
Yeah, it's the same construction as the space below, yeah.
So like, where is there like there's like a flat part,
Mhm.
and then it goes back down?
Yeah, that's right.
So can I hit one of the walls with the axes? Or
Sure.
the axe
So
on one of the walls?
the stone ice doesn't seem to crack or break on kind of delivery of the blow. Doesn't seem like there's any kind of damage done there to either the axe or the wall. There's a resonance in this space though that's kind of nice when you hit the wall. You were making an investigation roll, Mikhail,
Yeah.
in the meantime?
Yeah, I'd like to investigate, see if there's like any keyholes I can find, anything like that. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see what we can do, guys. This is where I need a good roll.
So everyone's kind of looking around, and you're kind of looking at it as well, keeping close to the firelight. And you kind of notice that Morax is standing on something strange. You kind of walk over and point it out to him. And as the two of you start kind of looking at the ground and using the firelight kind of directly on it, you start to realize very faintly etched into the ground here is a very large magic circle that takes up the entirety of the floor space in between the two spiral staircases. Dahabe would recognize the styling of this kind of magical circle immediately. It's a teleportation circle.
Interesting.
This is a destination point for people to arrive.
Can we? You'd have to have teleportation spells to use it, though, right?
You'd have to have the spell teleportation circle to be
Yeah.
able to use it, yeah.
That's a high one.
5th level.
Be
Oh,
worried
really?
about this.
If I pull out the I mean I don't have 5th level spells anyway, but if I pull out the key, the blue key, and kind of wave it around, nothing.
Nope.
Well, we might as well head down the other stairwell.
Is there anything on the ceiling of this place?
Nope.
Like a gerbil chute or something, you
Bloop.
crawl right down it. We could have our rat folk crawl up it.
Can I hit the circle with an axe? I'm kidding. I don't do that.
Wait, don't
do
damage
that.
the
I'm kidding.
circle.
I'm kidding. I'm
Okay.
kidding.
If you have 2 axes, you can just climb like Lara Croft. In,
Actually, I
later
just
games.
noticed that
Ooh.
my climbing speed is as fast as my walking speed.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Would have
Um,
been pretty good during the climb, huh?
so you were descending down the other side, or are you going back the way you came?
Let's
Down the
descend
other
down the
one?
other side.
Yeah,
That
let's
sounds-
push forward.
Okay. Morax, just like last time, as you kind of get to a certain point in your
Let's run one.
passage, I'm going to just lead with you. You hear that same sound that you heard on the bridge once again, the sound. And you would see that 2 ghost lights appear kind of near you, one up on like a higher point near your side and one directly in front of you.
All right.
They aren't facing you though when they appear.
Are we supposed to be on a different map?
I'm only moved one person so far. I'm gonna
Okay.
determine whether Moirax wants to turn around and go back up the way you came, or whether he wants to engage with these ones.
Well, there's little point in waiting, splitting hairs over this. I pull my sword out and just rush
Okay.
the one right there.
I assume Okran would be behind him,
Yeah.
and then everybody else as follows. Okran would be directly behind. Okay, cool. Initiative.
You got to clear the other one first.
No, if you roll
Sure.
on the same. Um,
Really? I thought you had to clear it, and then we could.
I'll try it.
re-roll.
no, because we haven't moved off this map.
Well, I had the same initiative.
Yeah. Wait. So we're not rolling your initiative?
You are rolling initiative.
But
It's-
don't you have
My
to clear
initiative's
the
already
turn
on
order.
So, did you just who just rolled? Did someone just roll?
Me.
Okran.
Chris and
There's still just
John.
one Okran token on it. We haven't moved off of the maps, and we haven't shifted, so there's no reason why there'd be 2 copies. Normally, what happens is
I also got the same one,
oh, it's
so that doesn't help.
yeah. I would have added another one if you
Oh, so it does help.
yes. See how it's just shifting it over to the new initiative
Oh shit.
because we haven't moved off the map.
All right, we'll try it. Ooh, I created it that time.
Everybody on?
Created my initiative.
Who am I missing?
Hang on, I'm rolling hot and cold.
I need the robot.
Casey and Magpie.
Is she there? Might have,
Magpie, are you there?
might have stepped away. Hold on. Done. Okay, cool. Mikhail, you're up.
All right. If I see these guys like approaching it and pulling their weapons out, I guess I would dash forward, like, and try to stab that sucker, because
Yeah,
that's what you
good.
do. What you do to the ghosts.
Murder ghosts.
I would try. What happens if I tried that new dagger?
I don't
Should I
know.
try it? I'll try it. I don't know. Have no idea what the damage is, but I'm gonna roll. I think I'd get a bonus to this attack. It'd probably be like a +8. Well, maybe not. Yeah, it would be a +8.
Just use it as a regular dagger. Yep.
I actually get another +2 to that because my dagger thing is my dagger feat isn't added to that. So that makes it 16. 16, does that hit?
16 hits.
Aha! And I think I would get another +2 damage because of the dagger.
Fighting
I mean,
style,
my
right?
dagger feat, yeah. So that's like 16, 18 then, right? Does anything special happen? Does it like get sucked into the void?
No.
Grow in power.
You stab it with a dagger, and the dagger does damage. All right. Moving
right.
up to Casey. Hiya. He rushes forward, jumps straight head first. This is the new meta. He gets it. He kills it. Damn, he's good. All
You know
right.
when he's not him.
Damn. Okay. Jeez.
He knows I love him.
Just in case, Zach, you watched the VOD, we know who the cooler
Yes.
John is now. Morex.
It's me, clearly.
Where's
Obviously.
this other ghost?
Up top here. I'll see if I can't shift him in a way. There he is. Does he show up now? That's weird. He
There
should
he
be
is.
right there.
I can kind of see him. He's there.
Yeah.
That's like on a ledge that we can't get to.
So the ledge is about 8 feet, so it's just going to count as 15 feet of movement to get up to the top. Or you can wait for him to descend down.
I'll go over here and hold an attack.
All right, ready and attack. All right. He will move here. As he... I don't understand how he's not visible. Hold on. That's a weird little nib. NIB, nib. That is the strangest thing that's ever happened to me. Okay, so now he's
Yeah.
visible. Like, there was just this little bit of drawing, like a little, like, teeny little bit of drawing that was blocking all of that sight. That is the weirdest thing that's ever happened. Just a tiny little speck of dot. So he moves to the edge, and as he does so, you see that he is wielding what appears to be a crossbow. He'll point it down at the Dragonborn, and he'll shoot him.
Oh, you bastard.
He'll miss. He'll miss. That's what he does. He misses. And then you'd also see one up here down the hall. He dashed to get there. All right, Dahabe, you're up.
Okay. I will use a bonus to give Mikhail a bardic inspiration die.
Okay.
Sweet.
And then I will dodge. That'll be my turn.
Okrin.
I will. Let's-
You go up the rock because if you have a climb speed, it's just going to be 5, 10, 15 to get to the top.
Would I be on the ledge?
You can be. So it's just an 8-foot vertical. So like when you kind of come up over, for people who have to climb, it's going to count as 2 spaces of climbing. For you, it's
Okay.
because you're not concerning it just one extra square than it would be on just a normal vertical.
Okay, I'll come up here and I'll do a
I hit him.
glaive. A glaive. And it's awful.
All right. Okrin done. Evangeline, you are up. If you're talking, you're muted if you're there. Don't think she is, so I'm going to go ahead and just make the executive call. Sacred Flame on the one down range. That'll work. All right. Mikhail, you're up.
Okay.
There she is. She's back. You just missed your turn.
I would
Sorry
jump go up there and use a. I'm gonna use this this other dagger that I like better because I'm not sure what this other one does. So the dragon tooth, whatever.
That'll hit.
All right. So that's 20. I keep rolling 20 damage. That's not bad.
Good hit. And you kind of climb up onto the ledge very quickly, slashing at its ankle and kind of spinning up into a defensive stance. All right. Casey will rush forward as Casey is wont to do and just jump forward like a rocket. Gotta say rocket, so he hits all of them. I wonder if this meta will transfer over to like Zach. Like
We have to tell him that. We
have to tell him. Before you do anything, just say that you jump at him like a rocket. 25,
Like a rocket.
32, 38. That'll kill it. All right. he, is
Turning him
a,
into a Chad.
he is a mean machine is what's happening. Moirax. Again, if you're watching, Zach, please don't not show up for a game so that your character is awesome.
Those
The
two
new meta.
take-
I think it's DM rolls. That's what's happening.
You were saying
This is
dead.
I can't get there. Dang it.
It's
Well,
dead anyways. Casey rushed forward and murdered it.
Oh, it's dead. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, the one to the left.
Said 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
Yep.
Okay,
He kind of
and-
swings the glaive wildly, and then, like on a second swing, kind of like throws it back over his shoulder. You reach up and grab a hold of it, and Okrin lifts. And then, as you do so, you kind of like roll over the top with Thenarphis and swing it, and that'll hit. And then landing, you spin around and swing towards the backside, hitting again, slashing it in twain. As it dies, its light crossbow manifests and drops to the ground. And
Love that.
Casey comes wandering back, and he appears to be holding what appears to be a staff. It had this. Sounds like Casey, right?
You'd
Does
had
the
this.
crossbow also have like the draconic markings on it?
Yeah, they appear to be of the same craftsmanship as the battle axes you found on the guards up north. The first one you killed had a battle axe, but then, yeah, so battle axe, staff, and crossbow are what were found on these 3 guards.
Can I take that crossbow?
Doesn't sound like there's any opposition.
I'll pick it up and like toss it down to Dahabe.
The staff appears to be made out of like a white oak. Its topper is like a dragon claw, and it has kind of draconic markings throughout it, all about it. And then the battle axe, we've seen enough of these, and then of course this light crossbow.
It's a light crossbow.
Light crossbow, yep. Yeah, you'd immediately kind of move a bit further to the west, and you would learn that this appears to be the path you didn't travel again. You should be able to see that that's the case with the explorer mode. This path kind of leads that way, and this path kind of leads that way.
Sorry to. Does the. Oh, is there any bolts loaded into the crossbow?
There are not. Do you pull back the string to see if it sets neatly?
Yeah.
A blue force appears where a bolt would be, and then a crossbow bolt appears where that force was but minutes ago.
Cool.
They are burning all of the villages down by not being there while they're attacked by an army. Brett.
Oh,
Brett's
They-
saying
They're,
that.
they are burning down a village by proxy, by negligence.
Negligence. Wow.
But yeah, you'd be able to circle back around to. Yeah, you'll figure it out. Does anybody else want to light torches?
Yeah, why am I the only one with the torch?
I'll
Yeah.
take a torch. Why not?
All right. Should be able to adjust it on your side, those of you who are interested, but if not,
Can we?
I think there's a torch mode. Maybe I'm crazy.
You're crazy.
I have a torch.
Fixed.
We
I have a
look, we're
lamp.
back.
Fixed.
John, can you give me lamp?
I did.
Oh, thank you.
Stop yelling at me.
Thank you.
So hold on. You would notice that this is a descent. It's probably about 15 feet down. And then
Oh,
over here, it looks like someone went that way. There's also another descent. It looks like it's about 15 feet down. Do you want to drop into it, Okrin?
yes.
Okay. Once you kind of get into the pit, your feet, assuming you're not wearing shoes,
Nope.
kind of feel like there's like little bits of shards kind of touching into the skin,
Ouchie.
almost as if you were stepping on glass. But you don't move past that point once you get there. You would notice that on this rock, kind of just settled on it, is a crown. The crown appears to be made out of glass.
Could I like skitter around on the walls?
Walls have the same problem.
Ouch, it hurts.
Do you want to, but you do want to move towards it?
Yeah.
Okay. For each space that you move, so 5, 10, 15, 20, it looks like.
Well, I guess it'd be there.
Okay. 5, 15, you take 5 points of piercing damage for each movement. So
Neat.
15 total.
I'll pick it up.
Okran, are you okay? Your feet look bloody.
The second you pick up the crown off of it, you see the small like particulates on the ground kind of sizzle down like the creatures did when they kind of touched the stone. They kind of melted at the touch
Okay.
of the stone. But as you pick up the crown made of glass, it seems to cause the particulates, the bladed particulates, to kind of sink and melt.
You kind of walk back and you just see like little feet marks.
Little bloody footprint.
Then walks back up. He's like, "Hey, I found this over there."
What is
I
it?
hand it over to Davide.
Never changed.
He's like,
Dahabe,
my feet kind of hurt too. And he's like, "Oh," and he looks down
Well,
at his
that
feet.
serves you right for walking around on a trapped area. What is this? Oh, this definitely looks cursed or something. I don't know.
Akron shrugs.
I hear his footsies.
Thank you.
What'd you say?
Mistress?
What'd you do with the crown? Sorry, I missed that.
He's trying to hand it to Dahabe, and Dahabe's like, I don't want to touch that shit.
I say, okay. And I put it in my pocket.
Put it in your bag. Okay, good.
Does Dabe have?
I mean, I thought
identify?
you'd want it.
No identify.
No
Okay.
identify.
Otherwise, we would have been identifying everything.
So glass crown.
Mm-hmm.
Not a grass crown, right?
Right. Glass clown.
Glass clown?
Glass clown?
No, grass clown.
Grass clown? Grass
What is
clown?
that?
We're all grass clowns.
Looking at it,
What is going on
No,
right now?
Kevin. that's
Kevin's
only
definitely
you.
a grass clown.
You're the grass crown.
Dahabe, if
Yeah,
you did
it's
look at
me,
it,
not
you
Zach.
would have noticed patterning along it
Uh-huh.
that is very old Jernaran. Like, I'm talking the old Heisrick, like, genesis of the Council of Mages that rule alongside the Dynast. Like, it's very ornate. It's very fine craftsmanship, being it's made out of some sort of glass. It doesn't look like it's made out of ice like everything else has been around here. It very much looks different than that.
I mean, so it's clear that as an artifact, it has great historical value and it's probably powerful in some way.
Clear, but shh.
Clear, I got it, yeah. You know, we got rid of Elizabeth on Tuesdays for a reason.
We got
I'm
Elizabeth
joking.
on.
I'm
just trying
joking.
to help.
I'm joking.
Just
I'm
trying to help.
joking. If she's watching, I'm just kidding.
Oh my
Elizabeth, where are
gosh.
you?
He's filling the pun gap, is what he's doing.
Someone's got it.
All right,
Um,
so
I don't know. I would definitely want that identified before anybody puts it on their head.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it on my head.
Do it.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Can you identify it?
No, I'm a barbarian.
Okay.
Oh, would we?
I mean, if you want to put it on, put it on. I won't
History?
stop you. No,
Maybe
you would need the
history.
spell. A spell.
Oh. Mhm.
looks like we've just made one big loop.
Well, there's some other tunnels.
Yes.
It's always the way
Check that.
purring back there.
And then still, I'm sure it just goes around, but there's still
Oh, this
stairs.
We haven't gone this way yet.
There's a thing down here too that we haven't gone to. A pit.
Oh
I'll
God.
follow Casey.
Good. That moved Casey down
No,
here.
we're getting separated.
Yeah, it'll
That's
be fine.
okay.
That's fine.
Fine unless you meet
It'll
something.
be fine.
Right.
What's the second happen?
Just yell. We'll hear you.
The Habe is gonna yell as she falls down the well into the abyss.
Somebody fell.
Wait, that area we've already kind of checked out, though.
Yeah.
Right? Or no?
Something up here.
Yeah, let's head north. Like this
If you
area
check
we
down
haven't
into the
looked
pit,
at.
there's nothing down there that would be worth checking out. Okran and Mikhail. The
Oh.
second pit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's worth a try.
I'll take the long way.
Yeah. Baby cat. Baby cat.
I better really forgot.
Baby cat. Okay, so there does appear to be a path this way. There are more of the, you'll see, more of the mephits kind of in this area.
Great.
Kind of seeing them kind of appearing.
Hey y'all, we've got mephits.
Fuck. There's a bunch of them.
Looks like there's about 3. And as you're kind of moving closer, that sound that you've heard before, the grinding sound, it's present from the 3 you can kind of see off to the corner there, but it's even more prevalent in the paths behind them. Like there's a tunnel that seems to be just kind of funneling the sound to you. And it doesn't seem to just be coming from one. It seems to be coming from like many. So there's kind of the 3 that are close to you, and then an unknown, very large quantity of them that appear to be further inwards.
Have they noticed us?
No, they're still kind of just flying. In all honesty, if you watch them for a couple seconds, they kind of fly southward as a patrol like, and then they kind of stop here at this wall, turn around, and fly back up. There
I'm waiting
is
for the others to get up here.
there is a bit of an incline that kind of goes this way though, like it goes upwards a bit. So this would be the second passageway that you've seen that has a bit of an incline that goes up a bit. There's this one with this 1,000 needly sounds coming from it, and then there's the one that doesn't have any sounds coming from it whatsoever.
Wait. Right here where we are, there's 2.
There's 3, and then there's a tunnel that's beyond them that you can hear the sounds coming from of many more.
Yeah, but weren't you saying there was one we came upon earlier that was going up? Where was that?
The stairs. at the
Yeah, directly
end.
north. Yeah, if you go
Oh, okay.
straight north, there's the path that has no sounds coming from it
Maybe we
and
should go
is
there.
going upwards.
Oh, well,
The-
that was the weird one where we.
It was the very
over
first one
here.
that you didn't do anything with. Yeah, it's
And
not.
there's this.
It's here, and
Oh,
that
it's up there.
that just
Okay.
goes to there. I don't know if it's saved differently for you because we moved you differently, but yeah,
Okay.
that just
It
goes
loops
up.
around.
That just loops
Alright.
around.
We should just go up.
Let's just go to the noise-free area.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the worst monsters don't make noise, right?
Okay. So the path ahead is very long and kind of slow moving. I'll ask during it, is there any means for you to cast Identify?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Not unless it's a spell that I can do. But I didn't prepare it.
Not that I'm aware of. Okay. So, as you continue on, the passage kind of narrows towards, I'd say, probably about another half an hour or so time. And it seems to kind of come into a point where a light seems to be kind of beaconing up ahead. Like you can see a very clear kind of end to the tunnel directly up ahead. This narrowing causes it to be a situation where you're going to be moving in a one-by-one kind of situation. But with the light up ahead, it would provide good visibility for those of you who don't have dark vision. That said, does anybody want to advance ahead of the group? Or do you want to have one person specifically be your kind of forward person?
Okay.
Yeah, I could be the forward person. I could be stealthy too, and that
Yeah.
way we won't like.
Okay.
Stealth
Anybody.
and look for traps.
Yeah.
So you can see the source of the light up ahead, Mikhail. It definitely looks like it's some sort of kind of specifically placed kind of brazier of light. And it also looks like up ahead there are tools and implements of kind of modernity, like things that you would expect to see in lived in space. I want to move us to a map. And I'm going to snap ping to Mikhail. And no one else is able to see it yet. But I will ask you, Kevin, Do you wish to advance ahead and not have the others follow behind for a moment? Or are you going to, once you kind of see this segment, kind of go back and secure the group?
I think I am going to go back quietly, report to the group, and be like, okay, guys, come on up. And then I'll tell them to stop kind of like right behind where I am.
Okay.
And I'll say, I'll sneak forward and see what I see. You know what I mean? That way they're real close if all hell breaks loose.
Then I'll move people in.
Oh, look, there's two of me. I see two.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
That's weird. Doppelganger.
It's dusk. He made his way out.
Like, I'm the real me. You know how you could know? You just ask them to show you their hand signs when they're leading. There's no way they would know that.
Okay, so once you get into the space, it definitely looks like this is a similar structure when it comes to the rock formations, but it's less slick and icy-like. It appears to be more just dark stone that you're kind of looking at here in this formation. It definitely looks like this has kind of naturally come to be. But there does look like there's a bunch of stuff that's been put down here, almost as if this were like some sort of basement space. You can hear what sounds like kind of a windy sound. And then you're pretty sure you hear a seagull.
Okay. You may be
Just
near
just
the
like
ocean.
one kind of like "Rah!" seagull sound.
It's probably good or bad. Who knows?
Or both. I
What if
hate
it's
when
an
it's both.
albatross.
John, is this a thing? Is this producing light or is this just art?
It's producing light. Yeah, it's a
What is-
brazier.
Oh,
Kind of like a metal pot set in kind of like a wooden frame.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I'm going to switch the music up to something a little bit more.
All right. I'm gonna go up this area then. And then I guess we could check that one out next. Unless somebody wants to go check it out on their own. But I'll go up this area, John, to look around.
Okay. As you're kind of making your way up, you do see that there's a flicker of light around a corner, around a bend, if you will. And
That would be like this, like a candle. Like that's how you put it all out. And then flicker of candle. I'm teaching these guys my hand signs.
as you kind of come up to this turn, you hear another caw of the seagull.
Okay, I'd very carefully go around and look and see what I see.
You see a barrel, a whole bunch of rope, like just stacks upon stacks of 50-foot bundles of rope, and sat on top of all of it is a bit of light. It looks like the light that's settled on it, kind of confused, looks like small little rocks, like glass rocks, that are filled with light.
Is it moving? Are they, are the rocks moving or are they kind of stationary?
They're all just sat on top of like
Oh,
this specific barrel.
do they look like drift globes or something? Like, would I even know what that is? I'm
No.
not sure. I would not. All right, I think I would have Dabe come up since Dabe's already sneaking up there.
Okay.
Have her look at that.
Does that look like the light spell?
Yeah, they look like sunstones. So basically, sun rods are made of sunstones. They're basically just a simple artifice that creates the light spell temporarily. These appear to be doing it for a while, or have been activated recently. Sun rods typically last about 4 hours. But they are not sun rods, they're just the top portions of sun rods.
So typically they would only last like 4 hours, you're saying.
Right.
Interesting. Why would somebody have activated this?
But yeah, there's also just bundles and bundles of rope, and then barrels that appear to also be filled with rope. There's just a lot of rope here, and an axe.
What
that a-
does that mean?
Is that a skeleton on
Sure. Yeah, there's also a skeleton, a rib cage
Okay.
there, but it's not worth noting.
there? Okay.
That was the last adventure that checked this
Minor.
box.
Ribcage.
It almost looks like it's a shield, like an ornate shield that's made
ribcage?
it to look like a rib cage. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Maybe it's a ribcage shield. All right, I guess we'll go up and take a closer look.
And that
Carefully
kind of
without
seems worth noting.
touching
I just made it up right now. It doesn't have any stats.
the ribcage shield.
So you
Is
would
that the
see
same with the?
that the floor gives way to an open expanse, and that appears to be where the seagull sound keeps coming from. As you move over to it, you'd note that there's a rope that is securely fastened to a makeshift kind of mount on the wall, and the rope descends down into the hole. As you kind of look towards the hole and peer down, you see the empty expanse of nothing, just air, as far as you can see. Like, there's nothing below you.
Is there like? Can we see the sun?
No, you can see a bird fly by.
So that's open air. Okay.
Yeah, it has like a sun-like coloration to it. Like there might be a sun somewhere below you or around where you are or behind you, but not anywhere that you can see. Like it's very well lit, but it's also very hard for you to kind of fathom where that light's coming from.
We're in
Okay.
like some tunnels in it's like a mountain, and we've come up, and there's a hole going down that we can see like down off a cliff.
No.
Sort of.
It's worse than that because you're
Yeah.
looking down and there is no bottom. It's just
Oh, nice.
endless vacuum of air, like just an empty cavity beneath you. Like if you kind of look down underneath, because there's a cliff or rockway on the opposite side, like this tunnel continues, you can see that the bottom of it just kind of gives rise to nothing. Like you're sitting on nothing. And for the arcane minded, you would realize that this seems to be another malady of the thing that you're walking around in. This is a pocket of the elemental plane of air that seems to be present beneath you.
God damn it.
If you were to fall, that would be bad. But somebody seems to be trying to climb down. It does look like a shit ton of rope has been exhausted to kind of descend down into what appears to be like a little cloud, a misty cloud, maybe 400 or 500 feet below you.
Maybe if you climb down to the cloud, you teleport to the plane of air or a different plane.
No, just dropping down would put you in the plane of air.
Just
You want to
jumping-
pull it up?
No.
That could be fun.
It could be fun. Yeah.
Pull the cloud up?
By the
Pull,
rope?
pull
You
up the
think
rope
it's
and see what's
you think it's
attached to it.
lassoed?
Yeah, lasso the
No,
moon.
no. I assume someone's
That's like
tied to it. You know, that'd
Yeah.
be funny. And be like, hey, we got you captured. Now
Got your
you're on the
rope. Got your rope.
Well, if you took the rope and nothing was attached to it, whoever descended down probably would be able to get back up.
rope. It's a little trick.
Well, it looks like this is more planar nonsense.
Go down.
I'd rather not get near that ledge.
Okrin and Morax, your strength is sufficient that you know, like, if you get a nice running start, you can jump across the chasm without issue.
Oh.
Oh, I got extra jump too. I got like big boy jump.
Yeah, you can also skitter along the side of the wall. There's many ways to
Wow.
get across the other side.
Before you
I'm
start,
s-
wait. Before you get too close to that ledge, here's some inspiration to you.
Oh, I don't need it.
those guys
Give
don't
it-
need it.
give
It's
it to
us
him.
that's gonna
Don't-
need
They
it.
don't they don't need to roll, is what I'm saying. Like they
Oh,
have
they don't need to roll.
So,
Okay.
Okrin, if you kind of move across, as you do so, you feel this kind of elevation coming from the pit, like that feels like it's kind of keeping
Like a
you
gust of air.
aloft. Yeah, like it's coming up out of the center of the space. Doesn't seem to be taking hold on the rope for whatever reason, but it definitely seems to, like, as you're kind of climbing along, kind of like you can see his hair kind of, well, not hair, like you can see his fur kind of as he kind of moves across the wall.
He'll release his two hands and just kind of.
You kind of start levitating
Yeah.
and kind of fluttering in the direction you were momentously moving towards, and kind of deposit onto the opposite side.
Like, oh, it's pretty neat.
Plunk.
This gives me and Dahabe vertigo.
So we've got one rat folk on the other side, right?
We have a way to. I don't know if we brought a rope with us to the other side. Could
Well,
that help the
if
others?
Morax can jump without having to roll, maybe he can take rope.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You can just kind of jump.
Yeah, but what
Well,
if it stops doing
I'll
this?
take my rope out of my bag and hand it to whoever is right behind me.
No, I just want to make sure you understand, Chris.
You'll float. You'll float across.
No. Forget that part. No, what I'm trying to explain too is your strength is sufficient that if you get a running start, there's no roll needed. You can clear that gap because your jumping ability, like
I
everybody
can,
has
but
it.
Can the others?
Oh no, they'll
That's
probably.
why he's taking the rope
Okay.
for us.
So what's?
And
Go
yeah,
ahead.
so I'll hand like part of the rope to whoever's behind me, get a running jump, start, and then do my little.
Whoosh. Yeah,
across.
it's easier than you anticipated. You literally land on the opposite side, and the whole time during, it didn't feel like you were falling at all until the very end when you actually cleared the lip. You kind of fall and deposit down onto the ground. For everybody else watching, it's kind of like those Air Jordan like commercials where it like feels like he's kind of like flying forever and just like not losing any altitude. That's how Morax kind of moves across the space. But strangely, the rope does sink. Like if it's kind of behind him, it does sink. Morax, no. Rope, yes.
All right, now what?
We should probably send Rocket Boy across.
Yeah,
Right, Casey?
he runs and he jumps and he floats across holding the rope and lands on the other side.
Now there's no rope on our side, right?
He runs, jumps across, and hands you the rope back,
And
then
jumps
runs and
back.
jumps across.
I was thinking we could do
I
that.
feel like we could just toss the rope over.
Yeah. All right. I'll try it next.
Yeah, jump across
I
easy
just
enough.
Jump. Yeah. I'm gonna, unless you want me to roll, I could roll.
No rolls needed. So yeah, as you all start to experiment, what you come to realize is that this air cavity seems to be causing a lift over the cavity, which causes people not to have a problem of falling in. It seems to be repulsing people from doing just that.
When Dahabe tries to go over, it stops working and she falls in.
Your hair kind of lifts, up, kind of fluttering about as you kind of like sail across and land on the opposite side. Gotta like press your hands down on your skirts and such. It's just like, unless you get the princess in Super Mario 2 effect, where it's like where they turn into a cupcake.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And then Evangeline, you hop across. Is Magpie
We
asleep?
lost. Yeah, we lost Magpie.
Woke up.
Are you asleep? How dare you?
Maybe.
All right, you hop across. Everybody's on the opposite side.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. How would you like to proceed once we're on the opposite side?
And that just keeps going.
So once we already jumped across the chasm.
Okay.
Nobody descended the rope or anything crazy, but coming around to this side of it, what you'll realize is there's a marking on the ground.
Uh-huh.
The marking appears to be like a little goblin face. And then there's a small doorway or passageway on the south side of this room. And it looks like on the kind of south eastern wall, the passageway that you initially had entered into, the other pathway, would probably lead here.
Okay. Let's check out the door.
Okay. Inside, it looks like there's a small little workshop. There's a halberd sitting on a table. There's a symbol on the ground that appears to be a skull with kind of crossbars. and looking at the table, it looks like a bunch of tools for working on weaponry. Looks like they were in the process of converting a crossbow into some sort of like arbalist or kind of spear thrower.
Okay. Keep going.
Near the goblin marking, Ogren, you'd see that there's a coal chute. Looks like there's a bunch of coal kind of settled inside of like a, bin underneath
Like
the
down
chute.
there.
No, right near you, right there.
Oh,
Yeah, to the south, what you're looking at is a dead body. It looks like a shield and a sword in hand. It's skeletal.
can I like move the coal around? Be like,
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like there's tools to kind of maneuver it around, like, a large shovel, and kind of the like. It definitely looks like it's well used. This specific little hit of.
Is there like another corridor on the other side of the room?
It looks like it.
Here or here?
No, down here.
Oh yeah, there is.
That
Oh.
goes back around, I thought. though,
Is
right?
this? Can I tell if this is an arcane trap or
Oh,
something?
it's not. It just looks like it's a symbol.
I'll use my hands to move the coal around.
Yeah. The coal moves around. Are you expecting something? John, sorry, I just want to make sure.
My hands are all black.
They're dirty hands now.
Dirty hands.
Oh, and you're a little white guy because you're a white rap folk, so you got like the dirty snoot.
Yeah,
look-
yeah.
You look like
Yeah.
my cat.
Yep. That's what I was going for.
Adorable.
Hey, there's nothing in the coal.
Okay. So, Dahave, you do see that there appears to be a ladder that ascends upwards, if that's what you're kind of pointing at. That look.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to look at this table and see if there's anything arcane.
No. Looks like a bunch of tools and a couple of weapons. Looks like they were working on the weapons, modifying them.
Ugh, disgusting.
The halberd looks like it was an axe that was put onto a spear. That's the best way to describe it. And the crossbow looks like they were trying to put two light crossbows together to be able to throw a spear instead of a crossbow bolt.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Does it look usable?
No. No.
Not
Is it
that.
like-
We want to be stealing this inventor's shit, but
The halberd, when you kind of look at it, like it looks like the axe head is still kind of loose and hasn't been kind of fastened to the spear shaft. So it's like someone slid the axe head onto the spear shaft from the bottom all the way to the spearhead. So it's like it won't fall off the top, but if you were to swing it, like it might stay at the end. But if you were to hold it upright and just hold it that way, the axe head would slide down and kind of bash your hands.
Oh.
it looks like there's a shit ton more tunnels down here and a ladder that heads up. I mean, what is up at this point? I don't know.
Should we check the
Oh.
ladder?
Looking up, it's probably about 20 feet. You can see that there is a trapdoor
Ooh.
at the top of these steps.
That's all you, Morax. I mean, Mikhail.
Yeah, that's my favorite type of door. This is my favorite type of door. I climb up the ladder,
Okay.
looking for trapdoor.
You get to the trapdoor, and you would see that there is a shift mechanism that allows for it to kind of be opened from the other side. But on your side, you're just adjusting the mechanism to effectively open it. And you can push it up if you'd like. Do you want to do so stealthily, or are you just going on up?
I want to do so I can kind of just a little bit so I can get a look, like maybe half an inch or something,
Make a stealth
No.
check.
Stealthily open a trapdoor. This is where it gets good, guys. All right, stealth check. I have a good bonus. Okay. 15 or 19 if it was with advantage.
I have moved you into position. Roll a D100 for me, real quick.
A D100. This has to be something good because you always roll D100s when you're giving out treasure, right?
Let me out.
40%. That's, oh my gosh, I failed miserably, guys.
You see a young individual. Looks like they are at this kind of cupboard here, and it looks like they are packing a bag, like a large sack, really, with items that they're pulling out of the cupboard. They're not doing so in like a hasteful manner, but it looks like they're kind of just loading these items into the bag. Young, blonde, teenager.
Could they see me?
They don't seem to.
Okay, I'm gonna very slowly shut the trap door and then climb down and tell everybody about this. Say I saw a. I could do it in my fake Russian. I saw a wait. I saw a teenager in the in that room up there. So I'm not sure if what we want to do. Go up there and you know. We might have to let them know we mean them no harm. And if they run to get guards, we might have to, you know, like wrestle with them and hold them so that they do not tell the authorities or whoever it is who runs this place.
So we tell them we mean them no harm and then we harm them.
I
No,
don't
we
think
will.
that's
We'll
gonna
just tie them
fly.
up. We should probably just tie them up. I do not recommend hurting these people. It was just a kid, a teenager.
Oh, like me.
What? Yes, you are the matriarch though.
Just beat them up, tie them up. It's fine.
Well, don't. Maybe we may not have to beat them up. You know, maybe. You know.
I really wasn't expecting moral quandaries, but I love when they show up.
Yeah, we may not. We may not. We may have to turn around. You never know. So, what do you want to do? We don't have to hurt them. You know, even if we detain them, we can do it with the least amount of force possible.
Not everyone all at once.
Do y'all
Nope.
either? Do any of you have like a magic that you could like open up and just go knock them out, put them to sleep, something like
I
that?
mean, I could do that with.
My hands. Ugh.
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
I mean, I could do that too, but it would be messy.
That's what I mean.
I mean, not unless you want me to either burn him or bless him. I don't.
Both.
Well, I could try talking to him, and then if that doesn't work, I could have either Morax or Orkin be right behind me, and they could jump in there and just grab him, wrestle. Not hurt. That is you know, it's a plan at least.
So the other thing you'd notice is that the kid was making quite a bit of noise. The sound does not seem to be kind of coming down. He is only 20 feet above you, but something about the nature of the stone and the trapdoor seems to kind of be buffering the sound. So just so you're aware of why you haven't been caught out for conversations or any kind of jumping shenanigans, it's probably because no one can hear you.
So that is what I see. I'm not sure what you guys want to do about it. Because I'll tell you, like you guys would know, Mikhail would definitely not be a good person to try to subdue somebody. I mean, he's
Why not?
fast and everything, but he's not strong. He's old too.
But it's
Not
just a
that
kid.
bad.
far was the kid
Yeah,
away
she's a kid.
from the trap?
Yeah, but still, I'm not the right person because, especially if you don't want him to get hurt, you want somebody who's a lot bigger than him to grab. You know, what I mean? All you need to do is grab somebody if you're a lot
The
bigger. Than
grapple.
him.
I'm
But
surprised
for me, he probably could kick my butt. I don't know.
Morax hasn't just gone up there.
Yeah, I'm like friggin' 55 years old. I want to retire now.
Kill him, breathe in his face,
Not yet.
throw out the window.
How far away from the trap door is the kid?
Um,
'Cause I'm
oh,
not
I'm only
quiet.
50. Sorry, I'm not 55.
About 10 or 15
Um,
feet is what he'd say.
So yeah, he wasn't real far. He was pretty close. He might even be gone when we go up there because he could have moved into a different area or whatever. It's hard to say. Looks like he was.
Well,
back.
we could always try to persuade him.
I mean, I'm
I
not
like-
bad at that. I do have
prefer the
decent
idea of
persuasion and deception.
persuading with some-
Like a cat pile going on here.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Everybody's like, oh, it's time to hang out. You'll see the
Get
occasional.
up there.
Got the tentacle.
I could tell him that I'm from the Department of Justice and I'm here to adjust the beds or something like that, and just kind of confuse him. And then he'll be like, "What?"
Just had a look at your basement. Looks like your water heater's right out of whack. I'm gonna have to go get a couple of tools. Let me go on and get them real quick.
You could
Then
do
it's
something
just-
like that.
5 other people.
Right.
Morax, what do you say?
Nice.
Okran, you wanna go up there and try to grab him? I'll be right behind you.
Yeah, I can do that.
I think you're a little bit sneakier than I am. I'm sort of wearing all this.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
All right.
He's gonna get coal dust all over the poor kid.
We'll let
Oh,
This little rat
Okran go
fingerprint.
first, and then I'll
Yeah.
be right behind
and his
him,
bloody
so-
feet.
Do you want to make a
Well, they're
stealth
not
check,
bloody
Okran?
anymore. Yeah, one
Oh,
sec.
okay, you're healed.
And Morax, you're right behind, right?
I want to be right behind them because I'm better at deception and persuasion and stuff. So I can hopefully talk the kid. I'll be like, "We're not going to hurt you." This giant rat.
So as you come up, you kind of push up on the door a little harshly, and it kind of makes a loud crrrr. And the second it does, you see the young boy who's packing kind of look in that direction, eyes widen in terror, and he moves to this position. We are engaging in combat, so go ahead and
sorry.
Okran, Morax, and Mikhail, you can go ahead and roll initiative. Everyone else is surprised because you don't realize a fight's happening.
Yes.
So you can roll initiative, but you're not acting during the first turn, is what I mean.
No, I know.
All right.
I'm gonna do it.
Anybody else?
Fucking waste.
All right. So Evangeline, nothing. Dahave, nothing. Morax. Okran is still bottlenecking the situation. He's kind of still in the space, so you can't really chase up after him or through him.
If we have the same initiative, am I not able to let him go first?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
'Cause
That makes sense.
As you
Right,
kind of
so-
come up and get out and start moving towards him, which I'm assuming you're going to do with your movement here, you can see that he has picked up a very large rifle with a fluted kind of like elephant gun style barrel and is spinning it about to face you. Go ahead and do what you like.
Hey, fella. It's a nice workshop you got here.
Screaming is the only response you're getting in a sense of conversation. So if you want to do anything else besides move up and sounds like cautiously talk to him, let me know quickly so we can move to the next.
I just want to cautiously talk to him.
Okay, cool.
I'll put down my glaive and I'll just be like, hey, yeah, we can all be friends here.
Morax.
It's not-
All right. I'm right behind.
Yep.
Okran.
So it would take you 5, 10, 15 to get out. So you have 15 feet of movement left.
All right. Kid's got a gun.
Kid's got a gun,
So-
big gun.
15. Is this right here like a chest or something?
It's a cupboard. It's kind of slotted against the wall. It's got
Okay,
stuff
so
on
there's no
it.
going over that.
There's a yeah, it's probably about 5 feet tall. Because he's putting stuff in a bag on top of it.
Okay, I will, so 15, 20. Can I get here and tackle the kid?
You can attempt to. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
All right, you get a shot.
I'm gonna make a dex. Hey,
Oh, fuck you.
hey. Did that roll out loud?
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go ahead and turn the rolling out loud thing off, but that's a pretty good one. Always whisper rolls. Okay, cool. It goes in his turn. As you kind of rush forward, he kind of like pushes the gun down to kind of brace and back you away, and then lifts the barrel into your chest and pulls the trigger.
Oh, fuck.
He has disadvantage because he's attacking an adjacent target. And yeah, here we go. He is gonna miss. He's gonna just big old clearly miss. But as he shoots the gun, echo, echo,
Oh.
echo, echo. You can definitely hear the loud sound of the gunfire. Yeah, he immediately after shooting it, you see his hand kind of flare in kind of a bluish patterning, and he places his hand against the firing chamber of the weapon. This appears to reload the weapon. It has the loading property, but can only be reloaded by a spellcaster.
Oh.
Mikhail, you can move up. It'll take you 20 feet of movement since you don't have a climb speed to get up top.
I will do that. Are you going to move me into the room? Okay, great. I look at this shit show, and it's like exactly what I was hoping did not happen. And I heard that gunshot, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, everybody did.
So, gosh, good question. What can I do? Is there any way, being that I am a dagger master, could I throw one of my daggers to try to knock it out of his hand, the gun, or like barely hit his hand? I don't want to chop his fingers off or anything crazy like that, but just kind of like chop his hand a little bit so he'll drop the gun.
You want to hit his hand so that he drops the gun. Okay, yeah, go ahead and make an attack
it's
with
crazy.
the dagger.
It's crazy, but it just might work. I've been rolling like 1s and 20s, so if I hit if I'm on the 20, train, that'll be good. So do I have to roll an attack roll, or do I roll like a skill?
You're going to make an attack roll. You're going to throw the dagger at his hand.
All right, let's do this. All right, it'll be this one. Yeah, that's not a
Yeah.
nat 20, but it's pretty high. It's a 20.
Bam! On the
24.
wrist. Everybody who's close to him hears this loud crack as he breaks bone against it, and you watch the kid's eyes kind of roll into the back of the head as pain seizes him and he falls unconscious. He's not
Oh my
dead,
god.
but he's not awake either.
Yeah, he's not dead.
The gun
That
does
was what we were trying to do.
kind of fall out of his hand. It doesn't discharge or anything. But
I don't have any sympathy for these gun toters.
Dude.
That's all I'm going to say.
due to the fact that boom goes the dynamite, we still have to kind of fall into combat itinerary, because I've just rolled a random dice to determine how long it's going to take stuff to happen. So with that being the case, Mikhail's done. Evangeline, you are at the base of the ladder with Dahave, kind of. And also Casey, what would you like to do during your turn?
I don't know if I have enough movement to go up.
5, 10, and then it's 20 feet up, so that'd be
30.
40 feet of movement to go up the ladder. You don't have a climb speed, so it's doubled. So 40 and then 45 to get up. So you'd have to dash to do it, but you could get
Okay.
up there. You wouldn't be able to act or anything.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get up there, you kind of have to push past Mikhail to get there. But yeah, you're able to get up to the top and see the situation as it stands.
What did you do?
Dahave?
Up the ladder I go.
Yep, since the trapdoor has
shooting people.
been kind of... since the
Ignore
trap...
that spell.
yeah, it never happened. You have to dash to get up there too, due to the ladder being 20 feet. You're not having a fly speed or climb speed. But once you get up there, you've kind of rushed up the ladder as quickly as you could. You see the situation as it stands. I'm assuming similar exclamation. What the fuck?
Heck.
Okrin, looking at the room closely, you can see that there is one way into this space that you're aware of. It's a staircase that leads upwards. You do see a number of barrels kind of in the north east corner that have bright red coloring to them, and the death symbol you saw downstairs. Yeah, a number of different strange arcane, or not arcane, different like weaponry that's been kind of made unique, like the axe that has two axe heads on it that have been fused together as one. That's kind of barreled down into a workstation, and then the gun, and other such tools. What would you
That
like to
axe
do?
was cool. First, you'd want to skitter over to here and just be like, "Ah, is this kid all right? God damn it!" You'll kind of look him over.
It's unconscious.
They look at the hand.
Looks broken.
Then he'll like turn around and usher to the matriarch. Hey, can you help him with his hand? That's his turn.
Okay. You'd hear, as we shift into Moirax, as that is said, you'd hear footsteps on the wooden ceiling above you. They seem to be moving cautiously, but not succeeding. What would you like to do, Moirax, in this?
Oh fuck. Where's the door? Oh, it's the stairs.
Stairs up.
Right here. Okay. It's a trapdoor going up the stairs.
Trapdoor out and then staircase up. Staircase is no trapdoors or anything. It's just a good old-fashioned staircase up.
Oh boy. Fuck. I'll go up the stairs.
Roll a d100.
Oh fuck! Why did I do that? No.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oof.
Okay.
Big oof.
Um. Hold on a second here. When you make it to the top of the steps, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, there'd be just enough movement to do it without acting. You see a woman with bright red skin and tiefling horns, in kind of robes, looking cautiously, and as you kind of get into her line of sight, she kind of, "What did you do with Chris?" Moirax, you're able to act if you'd like, and you still have a bonus action.
Oh boy. She seemed to be like about to attack.
She seems to be surprised, and she asks, "What did you do with Chris?"
Chris is fine. He's just asleep.
I love it.
That's
Oh
not
fuck! That was a
creepy at
terrible
all.
thing to say.
Do you have,
It's just-
do you have an action you want to take?
All I can do is hit things.
Well, she's out of reach for that.
Yeah. I don't want to fucking breathe on her yet. I'll just hold an attack for if she approaches me to attack.
Yeah. She vanishes from your sight as she casts a spell directly in front of you.
Oh
Oh.
shit.
Mikhail.
Okay, did we ever hear that the boy's voice? Like when I don't think we did. He didn't say anything until.
He was screaming.
Oh wait,
It was screaming and then gun and then shoot.
I want to use my deception to try to make a voice and kind of do like a Han Solo thing. Everything's okay down here.
There
false
is
discharge
Dawn.
of a gun, that sort of thing. I know, but see, I didn't know he saw her. I wouldn't know that. That's would have been my. I was thinking about doing that a little bit ago, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody else's turn. But since it's my turn, I'd be like, kind of like, if accidental discharge, don't worry, and say that. Can I do that? It may do something.
It does nothing. We'll move on to Evangeline.
Well, I would do that. I could say that as a free action.
No,
I'm gonna
because
move
you were
over.
trying to deceive, so that was your action.
Oh, I can't move over.
You can
I
move.
can move too.
Yeah,
I'll
but-
move over here then too. I wanted to move near here and kind of get some rope out later, and I'll help tie that guy up or whatever.
Okay, Mikhail down.
So
No.
Okrin asked her to come heal the guy.
I don't remember what Open said. Get
Yeah,
down
yeah, I
from
did.
there,
I did.
buddy.
Yeah, but
I
why
said,
would
can you come?
why would you do
Can
that?
you come heal this kid?
Why would I not?
It's a
Because
kid.
we're gonna get the shit kicked out of us going up into this thing, and we're gonna need all the heals we can get. But I
He
mean, you can do like a
fired
heal
a-
check.
Well,
He fired a
maybe if we-
shotgun into
Yeah, in the
Morax's
Morax's
chest.
chest. So I mean, we didn't kill him; we just broke his hand. He's unconscious. So we
This
probably
is a
should tie him
lot of
up.
fun.
It's a child.
I don't know how old he is. How old is he? He had a gun. He shouldn't have had a
Teenager.
gun.
16.
Teenager.
Okay.
He fired
I
a
don't-
gun into
Right.
Morax's
Yeah,
chest.
from point blank
Wow.
range. So he was obviously
He-
trying to kill us.
he's a scared child. You
We
need
shouldn't
to-
hurt him, but we could tie
I'm
him
a
up.
scared child.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
well,
just
I'm
saying,
not.
you
I
guys
think
can
you
heal
all
him if you
forget.
want.
I am the scared child.
I am not. And this we shouldn't be hurting children.
No, we don't. We're not going to hurt him. I only hurt him so he dropped that weapon of his. But
I
don't
really
wanna
hope
hurt
that
him.
the people upstairs hear this whole.
Yeah.
Look, okay, enough. I am not healing him right now.
Hey, what are you doing this turn?
Time later.
What are you doing?
Where's Morax?
He went upstairs.
Upstairs. I'm going upstairs.
Okay.
I'm not sitting here arguing about a kid that was shooting people.
Without running, you would be able to make it right behind Moirax. There's nobody up there besides Moirax.
And does Morax look okay?
No, he looks scared, probably. Like he just saw somebody disappear and is probably on
No,
guard.
but like I'm talking like.
Oh, nobody's wounded.
Okay.
I didn't shoot anybody with my gun. You need to stop doing bad things.
Never.
He's talking to us, not the cat.
Also never.
Also, yes. Not exactly, but yes. Stop being a no good, bad, no goody.
Okay, that's. So she would just be like, "What's going on?" There's a
Uh-oh.
kid down the stairs.
Yeah, his name's Chris.
I mean, we're the ones breaking and entering, but
What side are you on anyway, Okrin?
All right.
Look, we're not gonna get through this without hurting someone. I understand that he's a kid, but guess what? Me too.
Okay, so then Dahabe.
Dahabe will move. Will it take more than one turn to time up?
Make a make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Not a saving throw, just dexterity check.
Oh my god, where's my?
Oh my god, Mozu, don't do this. Shiro. They are definitely really
Oh
wanting
wait, did I
trees.
click the wrong thing? I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, it's dexterity check, but that's fine. That'll be sufficient. A roll of you don't have proficiency in dex, right?
I do.
Oh, then it would be what, +1 is your normal dex bonus?
Yes.
So that was a 6. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's gonna take more than one turn. It's probably gonna take like
Alright.
3. This will be turn 1 of 3. Okrin.
I'll heal him once he's tied up.
he'll sigh and then.
Are you going
do
up?
A weird skitter up the top and hang from like the ceiling, looking through the
So-
doorway.
Just a quick notice for anybody, because we're going to be doing a lot of multi-level stuff. You moving closer to the point where you're moving up doesn't help me. It really
Sorry.
no, not just you. It's been everybody so far. It just
Well,
frustrates
I'm just-
me. If your goal is
so-
to go up, I got you.
Okay, I was gonna
5,
peek my
10,
head through the
15.
doorway.
So this is why you
Go.
can't do that. There's no doorway.
Okay.
It's just a stairwell. So you'll have to
Okay.
move up beyond. Do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You have 5 feet of movement if you want to keep moving. Or just stand there.
Well,
you're
you're
next to a door.
Can I sniff?
Yeah.
Sniff, perceive.
It smells like all sorts of oil, metal, shavings. It's like a workshop all throughout this space that seems to kind of buffer out any kind of exterior smells.
Be like, I'm sorry to break and Henry. We didn't really expect this up here on the mountain.
Who are you talking to?
Anybody? I heard the footsteps up before Morag ran up here.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, there was.
Morag.
All right. Anything else though?
Yeah, he's just like, sorry. This is a big misunderstanding. We're just coming.
Lorax. Being cognitively aware of why the person who just disappeared from sight is probably not responding, if they're even still in the room, due to the fact that you just mentioned that you put someone they knew by name to sleep. What would you like to do on your turn? So I just want to make sure.
Why are we so awful?
I want to make sure you folks understand. Like, if you've ever had like thoughts of like, oh man, what would happen if someone broke into my house? And you're like, most of those thoughts that you have are like, I'm gonna shoot him with a gun, or I'm gonna stab him with a knife, or I'm gonna call the police, or I'm gonna run away, or like something like that. These are all things that are not. I'm gonna have a conversation with them as they try to explain why they knocked out the person I'm hanging out with. That's never going to ever be the case.
Well, okay, sorry.
What are you doing
I
here?
just wanna, what's going on? How can I help you?
Like, why
I know you just
Why
appeared
you-
out of my basement and all, but like,
are you on a mountain?
let's
A
be
living
friends.
Oh, come on.
Lorax.
Is this room supposed to be like half dark?
Yeah, so there's a wooden partition. If there's anything more to this room, it is beyond this very solid looking wooden wall.
Is there a door in it?
There is not.
Is there a door anywhere?
There's a door right behind Okrin that appears to lead, from what you can tell based on the lighting that's kind of surrounding the bottom of it, outside.
Oh boy. Do we hear any commotion behind that door?
No?
I'm gonna kind of get next to Okra and carefully open the door.
Yeah. Absolutely. Bear with me here for a
I
second.
guess we're killing everybody. Okay.
It's like usually smiling is a good thing, but then when you see John smile like
Whoa.
that's like
Whoa.
Oh.
Holy fuck.
You're too big. Oh no, you're perfect sized. The door opens and you are here, but you are not as high as you are. You are actually further down. So if you look at the tower, you can see how there's like a high point, and then there are 4 balconies. Hold on. There we go.
Oh, that. Okay.
Tower. Then there's the ring around the top of the tower. There are 4 balconies, and beneath those balconies, there's nothing besides kind of just space that leads back into the tower. You're coming out of that door, out of the tower. Actually, it'd be like right underneath this balcony, and the only thing that's in front of you is a path that leads to a wall that is kind of slotted against a mountainous wall that goes up about 300 feet. To the right of you, you see a tower. To the left of you, you see a path that kind of goes on for a bit, and another wall here. And the population, as far as like guards you can see and the like, has not been filled in because there's still like a loading screen or whatever. So I did not.
There's a fog wall that I got.
Yeah, yeah. But that is basically you stepping out. Nobody seems to notice you. It's not like, you coming out is going to cause everybody's like heads to have alert symbols over them. It's very much you open the door and look out, and you can kind of see the space that you're in. And yeah, yeah, that's where we'll end the session for tonight. Thanks for watching those that did, and next week we will pick up with the continued storming of Irmorag Monastery. See you then.